Player 2 has joined the game.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 109 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm your host here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Very good. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I mean, it hasn't really been a while. I see him all the time. We record all the time. It's been a while since we podcasted.
What was the last one? Mania?
E3 predictions.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it hadn't been that long.
E3 predictions. Before that was the God of War review.
That I wasn't on.
You weren't on that?
No, that was when I was abroad, right? Didn't you do that one with...
No, I did that with you.
Really?
Yeah. Let me pull it up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I haven't done a podcast with anybody but... Oh, no. I did. Well, I did the Nerd 901 spoiler cast.
Oh, maybe that's what I was
That's
thinking
what you're
of.
thinking of. Yeah, no,
but we did it around. Yeah, that's
I had already beaten it. You hadn't beaten it yet.
That's right.
That's what it is.
That is correct.
So, yeah, it's been a while since we podcasted.
Before we even get started...
Yes.
Shout out to one James Solar, who's probably watching this from his local Starbucks right now. Did you see his tweet?
He's dedicated. He's
good
dedicated.
man. Good man, that James Solar.
I saw that and I was like, oh crap, I hope he doesn't think we're live streaming.
Oh, yeah, I hope not.
If not,
he's going to be disappointed.
Starbucks.
But yeah, hopefully James is watching us right now from his local Starbucks while the in-laws are in town.
Shout out to the in-laws.
Shout out to the in-laws too.
We don't get good Wi-Fi out here. Otherwise, I would be fine like live streaming this every time, but we just don't. If I had a separate internet connection out here, I'd say let's just record live all the time.
I definitely think we should, but yeah, we can't.
We can't unless we move this to your house and make a fake wall so we keep the ambiance.
Or we had a green screen. Just take a picture of the wall.
We've got that green screen somewhere. It's not even a green screen.
It's a green.
It's green. It's
a drop cloth.
Yeah, it's drop cloth. Sidebar.
Where is your router?
Under the TV in there. The problem is there's nowhere between there and here to put a repeater.
What if you just have an extension cord and just have the repeater be out? Just laying on the ground.
That would be great for when it starts raining.
You can cover it.
We've got a repeater upstairs for the voice to play the freaking
right. Yeah,
upstairs.
that's what I'm saying. So you could.
You know what? Actually, I bet they make outdoor repeaters, outdoor signal booster, whatever it is.
Probably.
Wi-Fi. We just put it on a stake over there. Not a steak. You know what? A steak
on
but
the grill.
Not a. Yeah, it would melt. It wouldn't work. So what's up? So we were just talking about, 2 years ago, Suicide Squad came out, and I went back and watched the video today just because I thought it was a year ago for some reason. I was like, no, that was 2 years ago. Yeah. And I watched our review of it, and Sean said, and I quote, it's really good. This is not a quote. It's really good. I had a lot of fun with it. I think it's better than Man of Steel. And I said, ooh, this is going to be an interesting podcast. And we didn't really go back to it after that, but you did at the end. I said it was a 7 out of 10. You said an 8.5 out of 10. I've since dropped it to about a 3.5 or a 4. But I feel like I need to go back and watch that movie.
I have not seen it since we saw it in theaters.
It's got to be on like HBO or HBO Go or something.
I'm sure I could find it to watch. Here's the thing. We are all prisoners of the moment. Do I really think it's better than Man of Steel? Probably not. However, through no fault of its own, to me, Man of Steel has always been
amazing.
The issue with Man of Steel is that I went into it thinking, here's
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight for
That's
Superman.
Not fair.
I know.
Right.
And it's not that.
It did try to be.
I think that's part of the problem.
Yep.
So that's why, and it is a good movie. It's a very good movie. However, in my mind, I always think of it as being somewhat lackluster just because not that I was expecting The Dark Knight, but I wanted The Dark Knight, but Superman.
It came out a year after Dark Knight Rises, which is crazy to think about. You feel like it was like 2 or 3 years after. No, it was the summer after.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises was July 2012, and that was June 2013. That's insane.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's not as good, but to be fair, I have not seen Suicide Squad since the movies.
Yeah.
What I will say, none of this is, you're not going to want to hear any of this. What I will say about Suicide Squad is it was fun. and it was probably more fun maybe than any other DC movie I've seen.
You know who had a lot of
DC
fun in that movie?
has basically, I mean, there's not a whole lot going for
there's not.
It's like they're trying to be Marvel.
There's about to be a year from now.
But then they don't even, I can't think of a single thing that has happened in a DC movie that has ramifications for the future. Like, ooh, I wonder what that's going to do.
Well,
where do we stand right now that would be different if somebody said, hey, let's make a Justice League movie with Aquaman? Like, we've had Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Suicide Squad. 5 DCEU movies. Yeah. What do we know? What do we know that we didn't know before any of those first 5?
Warner Brothers got sick of Zack, and they didn't want his vision because they had their knee-jerk reaction to Batman vs. Superman and The Sound of Silence.
Yeah.
There is no more future plan. Now everything is Wonder Woman in the 80s. Shazam's over here with here's a Batarang and here's a Superman thing. Aquaman's doing his own thing completely separate from the Justice League. Like they're no longer, and they've pretty much said this, they're no longer trying to, yes, all the movies are going to be in the same universe.
Right.
But there's no more, they're not going towards an Infinity War. We're never going to get them to fight Darkseid now, which sucks. It absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
They should have I could do a whole podcast on this, and I got an idea for a podcast this November. Ernie, I'm going to want you to be on that. They should have let Zack carry out his vision. And, they finally, Wall Street Journal did the thing, and they said, the WB said, we are not releasing the Snyder Cut. It's not happening, period. Would it have made much of a difference? Probably not. It probably would have been about the same level as Batman vs. Superman. I do think it would have been if they just went with his vision, which clearly there was still humor in his vision. All the reshoots weren't Whedon. I think it would have been a better movie. But he had a plan. It's come out. He talks on Vero, which I don't even know anybody that uses Vero other than Zack Snyder as a social network platform, but came out on there that yes, he had a 5 movie plan, specifically a 5 movie plan for Superman. And now we're not going to get that. It was Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League 1, Justice League 2, and then I don't think they've really ever said if it was going to be Man of Tomorrow, whatever the final act of that was going to be, but it was all based around the character of Superman. I still say they killed him off too soon. Spoiler alert. They didn't earn it, and they still could have done so much.
That's the one thing they did that had ramifications was kill off Superman.
And then they're like,
okay, he's back now.
But not only that, not only did they have the dirt rise up, and then they're like, the dirt rising up had literally nothing to do with it. They're just going to freaking drop a mother box. Drop a mother box. Have this scene take 2 minutes for some reason with the fastest person on the planet. Flash is going... And he runs like a freaking doofus. And he's going to run, and he's going to go, and we're going to go, cut. And you're like, obviously, he's going to touch the stupid thing when he needs to. He touches the eyes open, and pew! Now, the 5 minutes after that were the second best thing they've done in the DCEU. The best thing is still the Batman warehouse fight. That will never...
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever get... Say what you want about Batfleck or Snyder or whatever. I don't think we will ever get a Batman on screen that has that kind of impact. Like that was the Arkham games come to life, and I like, even though they spoiled almost the entire fight in the final trailer, still seeing it on the big screen and seeing him throw the gadgets on all the guns, and the people are like, wait, what, boom, 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 and then just wrecking fools. Oh my! Especially in the Ultimate Cut where he didn't kill anybody in that scene. Well, the guy that got hit in the face with the giant box was probably dead.
Probably dead.
And we don't know what he did when he stabbed the guy here, and then they just cut when he went, ah! So we don't know if he really killed him. He probably only killed 1, maybe 2, 7 people in that fight, but it'll never get better than that. That's better than any fight scene in the Dark Knight trilogy. As great as those movies are, Nolan isn't great when it comes to fight choreography. None of the fights in those movies were that great. It was everything else. It was everything else that was so good about it.
Yep. Speaking of Nolan, I rewatched the last probably 75% of Interstellar the other day. Oh God, that is so good.
It is a top 10 movie for me, I'm pretty sure.
It's so good. I still don't really get it. I don't get the whole bedroom thing. It blows my mind. I mean, I still love it.
Did it fall over? Did the totem fall over at the end? Is he in the dream?
Okay.
It's literally an
Okay.
8-year-old movie at this point. Is he in the dream or is he in
Time.
reality?
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
What did I say?
I don't know if I misspoke or you misheard, but I'm talking about Interstellar, not Inception.
Well, I heard Inception.
I'm pretty sure I said Interstellar,
Roll
but that's
back
what
the
I saw.
tape.
Now, Inception, I have not seen start to finish
Okay, sorry.
in probably 5
I was like,
years.
I don't remember a bit. I'm like, Was it Mall?
No,
in the bedroom?
I mean, Interception.
Interception.
That's a football movie.
That'll be the Giants season, I'm sure.
Inception, I get. It still messes with my head, but I get it. I'm able to follow.
Okay.
Interstellar,
I don't even really like. It's way
oh,
down
I
the list.
love it.
It's-
oh my god.
It goes.
It goes Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac. I don't remember.
It goes. I think it goes.
Andre from Outkast, Jada Corrupt, Nas, and then
Big-
me.
Dark Knight is obviously number one, and then I think I got to watch it again. Inception is 2, then The Prestige, then Batman Begins, then Dark Knight Rises. And I forget how I haven't watched Memento since college, so I don't even feel I don't even feel good
either.
ranking that. But Interstellar is dead last for me. Oh my god, Dunkirk! Oh my god,
See, I like Dunkirk, but to me, it
more
has nothing. That's not a Christopher Nolan
no
movie.
But to me, I don't know how I still, like I said, did you go see it with me and Dad? Did we
Yeah.
all see it at the same time? Like when I walked out of that theater, I think the same thing I think now. I walked out of there thinking, I don't know how they made this movie. Like, I don't know how he actually shot this movie.
Yeah.
It's all practical. Like, how did he? I don't know.
I mean, they did still kind of have like a little bit of a twist, not like a.
Oh, that it was all well. Okay, I won't spoil it because that's only a year old or whatever. But yeah, I know what you mean.
But that was cool. But no, it was a fantastic movie. I just don't think of it as it's not a typical Nolan movie.
I need to have. I told Dad I need to have a movie night with him at his house to watch The Prestige.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you down for that whenever we watch it? If
I
you're
need to
available?
watch it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so good. So that was our movie portion of the podcast. What were we? Oh yeah, Suicide Squad 2 years ago for some reason.
But I will say, so I don't want to just crap all over DC, but my point then was, and to me it's even more true now, the movie doesn't really do much of any consequence and doesn't do anything of any consequence. But to me it was fun.
Yeah.
What's her name as Harley
Enchantress
was
sucks.
perfect. Will Smith, I liked Will Smith in that more than I've liked him in anything in a long time.
Since like the 90s, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I thought it was fun. I need to see it. Maybe I'll watch it again and just be like, well, this is terrible. I have no idea.
What I said in that review, and I think it still would hold up if I watched it again, is I like some of the characters. The sum of the parts are so much greater than the whole of that movie. I guess is what it comes. Like, I loved Will Smith. I loved Leto when he was on screen for just a little bit. Margot Robbie was great. Rick Flag, his hair went short and long. I don't know what that was.
See, I didn't even notice that.
I know, but now when you go back and be like, oh, there it goes. It's completely, and now it's long again. What happened? I don't know. And David Ayer came out and said, like a year ago, he said, yeah, I screwed up. Joker should have been the bad guy. No kidding.
Yeah.
Instead of Enchantress, like, let me suck up all these cars, all this junk, and just twirl it around and then do a belly dance. And then this big fire guy is going to come up. I don't care if I'm spoiling, but you shouldn't watch it. Big fire guy's going to come up. Somehow Rick Flag's walking around with a bag full of dynamite that he throws into the portal that, of course, Deadshot shoots it perfect. Like,
well, he's Deadshot.
I get that. But how does he know it's good? There's so many leaps in logic. Anyways. So what have we been up to? So we finished up Mario.
Oh, time out, since we haven't really podcasted.
Yes.
I don't know that I've talked
Oh my
about
God, we
it.
need, hold it. Wait, no, before you go into that, DC is going to set it right. Or maybe this is what you were about to say.
Nope.
I'm excited for Aquaman. I'm still, hype levels are very medium right now. Shazam
Looks awesome.
I did not give two rats patoots about that movie.
Me
and I
neither.
saw that trailer and was like, speaking of fun, like this looks like it's a Marvel movie, which is the biggest compliment
Yes.
that I can. Now, they tricked me again. My favorite trailer of all time is that Batman vs Superman trailer, the first one where you see Bruce running into the rubble. And I was like, this is going to be the best. This is going to be better than The Dark Knight. This is going to be the best movie ever. They completely tricked me. They might trick me with Shazam, but oh my God.
No,
I
see-
think we know what the movie is going to be.
See, Shazam looks good because it is a fresh it's something new, at least as far as DC is concerned.
There's nothing to compare it to. You don't have to be like, well, this isn't Christopher Reeve or this isn't Christian Bale. You know?
Right. It looks fun.
It does look fun.
I think my issue with Aquaman, it looks good, but like you just said,
yeah,
Batman versus Superman looked really good in the trailer. So I'm just kind of jaded, I feel like. And I'm like, visually, it looks beautiful, it looks cool and all, but I'm just like, I don't know that I care. I just don't know that I care about Aquaman. This is the coolest Aquaman has ever been.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I really care enough about him to have his own movie.
I will never forget Rasan and I texting back and forth when the Rotten Tomato score first posted for BVS, and then it kept dropping and dropping, and I was like, this can't be real. Like, how is this this is not real. This cannot be happening. And then it is what it is. But what were you going to say, since we haven't podcasted in a while?
I was going to say, since we haven't podcasted in a while, and I don't think we've talked about it on any Let's Plays, maybe it came up in passing, but to formally announce, I got a little baby on the way.
I wasn't going to say it. I was going to leave you to say
it. That's why
cheers.
I want to say it. Cheers. Go me. Congratulations.
Little baby
something in February.
Don't know what it is yet.
Hopefully I'll know in a few weeks, and I will keep y'all posted if anybody cares. I'm very excited. Brittany is too.
I am so excited. I'm so happy.
So yeah, it'll be a new adventure. Looking forward to it.
Yep. And obviously he has agreed that if the baby is a boy, they will name it Big Boss White.
Big Boss.
Big bass. I'm all about that bass. I thought that was what you were going to say, but I wasn't going to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So where have we been? So we finished up Mario Mondays for New Super Mario Brothers Wii. I've said it all over Twitter. I got to say it again. Shout out to this guy for the edit that he did.
I had a lot of fun with that.
On that 1 minute video.
I was cracking myself
2 minutes, I think.
It was about 2 minutes, yeah.
I have never laughed. So if you notice, when we posted that video, it already had like 20 views, which for us is like half what we normally get.
That was us
going
just
back
watching
and
it over and over again.
Oh my God. It was such a good edit. I love how he bleeped me out, because I was half cocked. I was probably full cocked by the time we got to that point in it. I was very mad at Bowser. I was very mad at that stage. It's the most fun, I think. I think we had more fun, although it's clearly, like we said in the series, it's definitely behind Mario 3 and Mario World. It's not even close that it's behind.
But it has.
But what it
the
does,
co-op.
It's
got the
so
2-player
much
co-op.
Fun. So we had a lot of fun with that. So Mario Mondays are on hiatus for now.
Yeah.
We've got some ideas to bring it back. I think we want to do that, but we also put out another hype video, which I made it myself. I'll just say that.
Shout out to this guy.
Pretty proud of. I was giving Sean hints what I want to do, because we finally, like, honestly, we're going back and forth, and we do have a plan for what we want to do that's not versus. I think it's awesome. We just need to nail down that 8th episode, and we'll do that next. For what we want to do for our next season content, but we've got all these ideas. Like, I think we wanted to do more verses. We had so much fun doing it. I had fun editing those videos, especially once I got the hang of it. It's a lot of fun. We have fun playing them. The 2 that we just recorded, that'll probably be going live like a month from now. That was an interesting night of recording. Just because Elgato and PlayStation 3 don't want to work together, but you'll see that one about a month from now. But Versus Season 2 is going to go live this week. As you're watching this, I don't know if it's Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. The first episode of Versus is going to go up this week, and then there'll be an episode every week for the next 10 weeks. Commitment. So
is
Versus,
it 10 weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, it's 10. But I had a lot of fun making that trailer. I was like, I joked with Sean. I was like, I feel like I should do this trailer to the Duel of Fates. I was like, no, but I want to do I know the God of War music I want to use, and we're not monetized, so nobody can copyright strike us, so I don't care. But I used the God of War video, and then I'm like, no, I'm going to make this so stupidly epic at the end and just put the Duel of Fates.
You gotta.
And then I had to throw in the Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes at the end. So yeah, Versus Season 2 is going live this week for the next 10 weeks. Then after that, we think we know what we want to do. We got to get back to that.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm going to be editing these, you can edit that, and it's going to be. We got it. We just need to finish writing it. And then you can just take your
Yeah,
time and
that's
do it
true.
and just put it up whenever.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that. So please be excited for Versus Season 2. Also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but like we said, it's the, I mean, you know this because I just said it's the first time that we have podcasted since we did our E3 predictions episode. Sean, did you know that you won the E3 predictions?
Oh, like 0.5 to 0 or something?
My predictions were in order: Metal Gear Solid Remake, wrong. Watch Dogs 3 out this November, wrong. The Order 1887, wrong. Metroid Prime Trilogy on Switch out November, wrong.
I thought you hit that one.
I'm shocked, that which makes me think Prime might be a 2020 game and the trilogy comes out next year. But they could put the trilogy out in March and then put 4 out in the fall. But anyways, and then I did my 4.5. My other one that I got wrong also was PUBG announced for PlayStation 4 coming out in December. All those were wrong. Sean predicted new 2D Zelda, wrong. Bloodborne 2, wrong. However, Resident Evil 2 Remake is officially unveiled, release date, all that. He got that right, full point. So right there, he already beat me. He also said we get a Kingdom Hearts 3 release date. He got that. He said it'd be 2018. He didn't get that. And non-Disney, Disney World, like Marvelous Star Wars. So he didn't get that. That I still think one of those will end up being in there, but
maybe.
So Sean won 1.33 points, 33333 to 0. We also, so we had these 4 discussion questions where we talked about, the first one was, so Sony's going to focus on the 4 major first-party games. I said, do we finally get gameplay from Death Stranding and Last of Us 2? Do we get dates, time frames for both? We said we get gameplay for both. We got that. But we didn't get any dates or time frames or anything.
Yeah. I mean, technically we got gameplay for Death Stranding. But...
I mean, we got him walking around a very barren world.
That's my thoughts on that.
Also, Sony's conference was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Don't ever do that again, Sony. Don't ever file all these people into where it's standing room only in this barn that used to be a church, or a church that used to be a barn, or something with weird lighting, just to play like a banjo and then show a trailer, and then wait a half hour to move them to another place while we just have to, like, Sid Schumann or whatever the guy's name is to host that panel where it's so scripted. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to listen to you guys talk. This is so boring. It sucks. Don't ever do that again. Xbox did announce Gears 5 and Halo 6, so we got both of those right in our discussion. I still cannot believe we did not see Rocksteady. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
We both thought Rocksteady would be there for sure. I think we both said pie in the sky, don't know licensing or whatever. Ninja Turtles would be perfect for Rocksteady to do. That's been everybody's pipe dream. If you're a Ninja Turtles fan, you want Rocksteady to do a game. But I think we both kind of said it probably Justice League or Superman focus. We got nothing. And we also said, do we think it's been 25 years since Link's Awakening came out, 20 years since the Game Boy Color version, and 5 years since Link Between Worlds. Do we get a 2D remake of either of those this November? That is incorrect. We did not get anything. E3 this year was, I would say Microsoft won.
Microsoft definitely won, and I don't even, I mean, they didn't even really blow me away. I thought E3 in general was very just blah.
I think the big thing for me for Microsoft is you could tell they're and I mean
they're going all in.
We're a month and a half late at this point, but whatever. You like to hear us talk. They're going all in on next gen. That's what they're, these 5 studios, and Ninja Theory is ours now, and we're opening up this other studio in Sony's, Sony's backyard and all this other stuff. They're getting ready. I'm already going to predict that they win the next console war, just because it seems like it's always a cycle. Yeah. Like Xbox 360 dominated PS3, PS4.
Well, you know what they say about time?
It's a flat circle, Sean.
It sure is.
Was that in the movie?
I don't know what that's from. You just always say
I think it's Hawking, but for some reason, in my mind, somebody in what's it called? Inception.
Interception.
Says that time is a flat circle. What else did you want to talk about before we get into games and all that fun stuff?
Before games. I don't know. Are we doing? We're doing SummerSlam.
Oh yes. So tune in next week. Next Friday, the 17th, I think it is.
Yep.
We will have our SummerSlam predictions. That'll be the next episode that goes up live. So next Friday, the 17th, I think we're going to have a Fatal 4-Way on for that. I will confirm that after this. But either way, we will have our SummerSlam prediction show going up live next Friday. Or actually, it might even be up Thursday, depending on when we record. But it'll be up in time before SummerSlam. I'm more excited for SummerSlam than anything this year, I think. And I will save all my thoughts on the main event for the prediction show. But I'm actually excited. I am.
It's like Brock and Roman again. It's Rollins and Dolph again.
Yeah.
It's Owens and Strowman again. And it's like, I'm excited for Joe and AJ. So far, that's the one thing that
I'm trying to not even get too excited for that, because I got excited for AJ and Nakamura the first time and the second time and the third time. And then the fourth time they finally got it right. But either way, our SummerSlam prediction show will be live next Friday, the 17th. Please be excited. Anything else? This is mainly going to be a free-flowing conversation this week that might, or depending on the Dumbledore.
What were you trying to say?
What is it called?
Oh, Tullamore?
Tullamore. What was I saying? Tullamalore?
You said Tumbledore. I don't know.
Before we get into really what we've been playing this week, because there's one game I want to spend a lot of time on, and I think we're going to.
Yep.
Sean, I have an announcement to make.
What's that?
This week, I was very busy. Do you know why?
Why?
Because this week, I earned 4 platinum trophies.
In a week?
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to pull up your phone.
Batman.
Nope.
Oh.
I'd already done that.
Oh.
We'll get to that in a minute. I want you to go on your phone, and I want you to go to YouTube, and I want you to type in Little Adventure on the Prairie. I've become a monster. So I got 4 more platinums this week. 2 of them came from Little Adventure on the Prairie, whereas if you follow Kotaku, an article went up this past week with a developer that basically said, hey, I made this game and I made it super easy. I ported it over from Android and I did it, and I added easy platinums just for $2 just to get people to buy it. This is the worst game I've ever played. I would rather play My Name is Mayo.
Wait, how does the one game has 2 platinums?
One game is on PS4 and Vita.
Oh, okay. So what do you want? Which? Do you want me to just pull up some gameplay?
I want you to watch. I just want you to see. You don't have to like do volume or anything. I just want you to see while I talk about the worst game I've ever played. But I did get 2 platinums because I had like leftover money in my wallet, my PSN wallet for some reason, from like a gift card or something.
What in the world?
So I played Little Adventure on the Prairie, and if you don't know what that is, you should.
Is this
not
like a joke?
Play it. No, it's a real game.
But I mean, are they trying to make it?
Yes, he said I made it ridiculously easy, and I basically it's $2 for a platinum trophy just to fund the next game he's going to make. This is the game I played. It is there's no sound effects. You're just this weird, like he's like prancing like little goat. His feet look like little goat boy things. I don't even know if it's a he or she. I don't know what it is. And you go around and you just hack these.
I'm
enemies.
guessing nothing ever really changes.
No, you can't. Well, the backgrounds change and the enemies change, but you can't.
But like, are you even controlling it?
You're controlling it, but you can never really tell when you hit them because there's no sound effects. You just go.
But I mean, is somebody like hitting square?
He's going square,
and
then you
holding
go
right.
Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't do that because I would get killed by those enemies if I just kept walking.
Well, he's not.
He must have hacked or something, or he knows a better way to play it. But there's life
bosses?
Potions everywhere. No, there's no bosses.
So how long did you spend on this?
Oh man, it probably took me a good 25 minutes on each to get the platinum. So that was bad. But then a new game came out that I heard Greg platinumed twice, and I heard Colin talk about as well, called Super Destronaut DX, and $5 cross-buy PS4 and Vita, and I got the platinum on that both times in about 20 to 25 minutes each. This game was actually fun because it's not Asteroids. What is the game like? Centipede?
Galaga. I don't know.
No, vertical shooter on the Atari. That's not Asteroids. Is where you spun the guy around.
Yeah, yeah, like the little triangle thing.
This is like Centipede except with spaceships. super like you got to get to 100,000, like 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000 points. You got to beat these 12 challenges, and you got to do hardcore mode, time attack mode. Like it at least encourages you to do different things. It's actually fun because I like vertical scrolling shooters. But I mean, I didn't get it because it was going to be fun. I got it for the platinum, and I don't know what is happening to me. But
so okay, are trophies 100% at the discretion, I guess, of the developer?
So,
like, why do some games not have them? I mean, a lot of games, if not all games, have trophies, and then the platinum is basically you got all the trophies. So why are there games that have a bunch of trophies but no platinum for getting all the trophies?
So, because Colin and Greg have yelled about this for a while, you can pretty much put a platinum, as you can see, in any game.
Right.
You just have to. All the trophies have to basically work, and they have to make sense. Like they have to go through Sony like submission and stuff. So Sony has to go through, and that was weird noise. They have to basically play through everything and make sure the trophies work and there's no glitches or anything like that. But that's why Colin, more than Greg really in the past, has always been like, just hire me as a trophy consultant. Like, or actually, no, they've both pretty much been very vocal about it. That like platinum trophies, I get it now. Now again, I've gone off the deep
like
end.
Between these 4 trophies for these 2 games, and I am mayonnaise or whatever that
Mayo.
game.
Hello, my name is Mayo.
Like, I mean, people are basically just selling trophies at this point, and that's where I'm kind of shocked. PlayStation doesn't step in and be like, "No, this is ridiculous."
There should be,
and part of me thinks it's kind of funny because
kind of funny.
Not you so much, but people way worse than you that really
they have like 300
into these platinum
and they
trophies.
play like Barbie's Dream Racer and stuff.
Well, see, where I think it's funny is I get a lot of amusement from just imagining that there are some hardcore platinum enthusiasts out there that probably hate this and are like, exactly like I'm doing. Like, oh, they're just selling platinums. And I do get a little enjoyment the fact that they're getting so upset about this.
There are people,
but it is pretty ridiculous.
People are pissed at Celeste, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that assist mode is in Celeste. I've only played.
I haven't even turned it on.
I've only played those 15-20 minutes. We'll talk about that in a minute. But like, assist mode doesn't turn off any trophies. So I guess you can just play through the whole game on assist mode if you want. But I don't know how, as difficult as I've, like you talking about the B sides, and then there's also C sides. Like, I don't even know how.
I didn't know that.
So I don't know. But there's people on Reddit and stuff that are like, this shouldn't even count as a platinum trophy. You should be like, and they're like, dude, it's a made up thing, like for a video game. Like, just chill. So I agree with you. I see both sides. This thing was more just like I had the money in my wallet and I was like, whatever. But
wait, so how many do you have total now?
22.
And it's way more than I'll ever have.
Really,
but it's not like that ridiculous.
I mean, honestly, I've got 16 because 2 are My Name Is Mayo, 2 are Adventures on the Prairie or whatever the thing was called, and then 2 are the Super Destronaut DX.
But and to be fair, 2 of them are Batman that you literally just have to play through the game.
And eventually I'm gonna finish Tales from the Borderlands, so that'll be 23. Mana will hopefully be 24. We'll play through that in a minute. I want my 25th, unless Spider-Man has a trophy list that's achievable, like God of War was. I don't think I'll platinum Spider-Man because I can just envision freaking Riddler trophies or some. Obviously not Riddler, but you know what I mean. Some stupid collectible that there's 140 of, and I'm just not going to do it. If it's similar to God of War, then that might be my 25th, or I don't know. I don't know how it's going to shake out. Eventually, I would like to try to get the Celeste Platinum, but now, hearing you talk about that game, I'm like, I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Well, if you can do it on assist mode.
But then it's like, that's.
But I don't even know what do you know what assist mode is?
I don't.
Okay.
Because I haven't tried it. So before we get into what I was playing, I just had to make that confession. Yeah, I'm not proud. It's Greg Miller's fault. He tweeted it. And it's Kotaku's fault for writing about the stupid little Adventure on the Prairie game. But now let's talk about some real games, Sean.
Yes.
We have both been playing a game for the last week plus that we both
let's do Celeste first.
Okay, let's do Celeste first then.
So Celeste. You asked, and I responded, and I'll reiterate it now. I actually kind of regret getting... Well, that's true. I can't even get a platinum because I bought it on the Switch.
That's right.
So there goes that platinum. But I bought it on the Switch, and not for that reason, but I do kind of regret it. Because
of the D-pad.
Yeah. So...
You should borrow my 8-bit dough. I don't know how to say that. 8-bit dough. Nintendo 8-bit dough.
It's such a stupid
It's
name.
a stupid name, but the controller is amazing. You should try to. You should borrow that from me and try to play it on that. I guarantee it'll be.
So when I
easier.
play it with anybody that's played Celeste, you can do these little midair dash things, and you do it in the direction that you push on the D-pad. There are many times where it's very important that you go up and to the right, or up, or up and to the left, or whatever. And that doesn't work so well, at least on the Pro. It's like I hit up, but the game thinks I'm just ever so slightly going up and to the right, and so I go that way and I die, and it drives me nuts. Anybody that's played the game knows how difficult some of these levels are, and when you've made it to the end and all you gotta do is dash up to beat the level, and you dash up and to the right into like spikes or something and you die, this is more frustrated than I've been with a game in a very long time. But it is fun. I do like the game.
This is
then
the main
I actually
reason...
went back and started using the Joy-Cons in the thing. Yeah. But then, after about 10 minutes of sucking at that,
you've got the
I remembered that, yeah, that's why I kept dying, because I'm like, I'm not sitting right in front of the stupid Switch. And then I'm like, and I think I went back and just started playing. Oh, no, I finished up because I was close, just standing in front of it and looking up at the TV like that. I'm like, this game, I need to just play. Like, I don't mind the controls.
Yeah.
I would almost rather just play this game in handheld mode.
Yeah.
I think that's the way I'm going to do it now.
Yeah.
But love the game. The B-sides are ridiculous. I almost don't even want to try assist mode because I feel like once I do, it's going to be hard to go back. But so far, I've only beaten the first 2 levels, worlds, whatever you want to call them, and the B-sides for both. It's fun, but holy moly, it is frustrating. But I really like the game, and that's one I'll play through eventually.
See, this is why I wish you had played more of God of War. So I wish I could ask you, the feeling when you beat a B-side, is it the same feeling as beating one of the hard Valkyries?
I
mean, was it like one of those where you're like, yes?
Yeah. On some of the stages of the B-sides, yeah. But by the time I beat the full second B-side... Well, the funny thing is, you get to the end. I don't remember how the first one ended. I think it was pretty easy. But you get to like the end of it, and then all you have to do is touch this like heart or something to like end it. That's what you collect. And so
are there still strawberries there to collect? Or are they only on regular
think so.
levels? Okay.
And the first one is just there, and you just hit it and you beat it. The second one, they make you work for it, and it's just these. There's like these 2 long vertical walls that like appear and then disappear, and then appear and disappear. And you need to boom, boom. You got to like bounce up them, and there's a few of those power-ups that give you another dash. And so you need to time it so that when you so that you get one, so that when they disappear, you can dash to kind of stay in the air, and then they appear again, so you can start doing your wall jumps and get to the, it's that kind of thing. I spent like 20 minutes just trying to get the stupid heart at the end to beat it. And it was one of those things where once I beat it, I wasn't even happy. I was just like, thank God I threw the controller at the couch, and I'm just like, I'm done. Yeah. Like, I mean, I was glad that I beat it, but that game is frustrating.
So the main reason, remember when I knew I was getting Street Fighter 30 and you were thinking about getting it, and I was like, you've got to get it on PS4, and you're like, what? I was like, trust me, get it. And the only reason I said that was because the D-pad on the PS4 is perfect. Like when we did our Ultra Street Fighter stream a year ago, like I can remember playing that. There were times where it's like I would go down to forward, but I must have barely touched a little too high on the right part of the D-pad, and I'd jump, and I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, as much as I love that Pro Controller, that D-pad is not good. Nintendo has made some of the best D-pads in history. That Pro Controller is not one of them. But that was the main reason. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever get the Platinum on Celeste. But that was the main reason I got it on PS4 is I want to play with a real D-pad.
Yeah.
I don't want to play with that damn Pro Controller. Or, again, my 8-bit dough. I wish that would have been out when the Switch first came out, because I would have never even got a Pro Controller. I would have just got that. I love that thing. And you're welcome to borrow it, because I'm not going to play the Switch anytime soon now.
Yeah.
So you probably should, because it just takes USB-C to charge it, just like the Pro Controller does. So you just sync it. I would take that. I guarantee you'll like Celeste better playing with that.
Yeah, probably.
I would try that. All right, on to happier talks.
Yes.
We've both been playing a game for the last week. Sean beat it. I have not yet. I want to talk Chasm. So Chasm is a PS4/Vita exclusive. It's also out on PC, but that doesn't even matter. So in development for 6 years. Metroidvania, but it's a procedurally generated Metroidvania, but it's also not really. It's just procedurally generated when you start. Like, you get your map.
But, like, I wonder what... Like, I wonder if I watched you play right now, if I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's not the way my map is. Like, I wonder if it would even...
Yeah.
If I would notice.
So, what I've read about it, and I think they said this in the PS blog post that they did, is that the main rooms are the same for everybody. Yeah. Like where you fall down the elevator.
Right, yeah.
All that, and where you got the three numbers.
Yeah.
Now, the number combination is different for me than it was for you because the other rooms have different paintings and stuff. But anyways,
right.
the main path through the game is the same. It's going from... I would describe it like this. Going from A and B are going to be the same for us, but the way you get from A to B it could be different.
Yeah.
Now the other game I was playing not too long ago was I finally beat Symphony of the Night. I told Sean I'm gonna stick with it. I've never got more than 20 minutes into it. I got more than 20 minutes into it as soon as I got that Bacillard. I was like, oh, this isn't even that good. It turns out it's not even that good a weapon, but it was fast. I was like, now I know how to attack. I know how to play this game, and I loved it, and I beat it. So I've been excited for Chasm ever since I first saw it. And kind of
did you? So you never went back. Did you ever go back to the area in like the upside down Coliseum area where there's that boss fight I told you didn't do?
No.
Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah. You
fight, Symphony of the Night looking, better graphics looking, Sypha, Grant,
Bull,
and who else would it be? It wouldn't be Alucard, obviously. Was it just two of them? Richter? I don't remember it being Richter, because it wouldn't be. But why do I think there's three of them?
But you fight, like, Next Gen, Sypha, and Grant?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But there's three. Who am I forgetting? It's obviously not Alucard. It wouldn't be Richter.
That's it. Those are the four characters.
Well, now I gotta look it up. But yeah, that's the boss fight.
Okay, well, now I want to fire up my Vita again. So I was super excited for Chasm ever since I first saw this on Kind of Funny. I think it was at GDC 2015 when I first saw this game. And I was like, this game looks beautiful. I wasn't into Metroidvanias yet then, but I just knew it looked fun.
Oh, Trevor.
Or Trevor.
That's why. Yeah, it's Trevor.
Richter.
That's why I'm like, it wouldn't be Richter.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap. But it's their, like, PlayStation sprites?
Yeah.
Holy God. Okay.
It's pretty fun. It's not even difficult. It's
How
just
have I
cool.
not had that spoiled in 21 years? Anyways.
I forgot it when I got back there. I'm like, oh God, what is this? And I'm like, oh, I forgot about this.
That's the coolest boss fight ever.
Yeah.
But I've been hyped up for Chasm for over 3 years now. They finally announced the release date. I told Sean, like, you probably don't know about this game, but you've got to get this game. I am about 4.5 hours into it, I think. Game clock. I've died quite a few times because I'm not good at video games. So I've probably played it for 5.5 to 6 hours, I would guess. Something like that. But I freaking adore this game. I love this game so much. Now, I will say, so before I forget, because you can't comment on this, it is cross-buy and cross-save with Vita, which is awesome. However, when it first launched, they've patched it since, but when it first launched, you could upload your save from the Vita to the cloud, but you couldn't download a save from the PS4 to the Vita from the cloud, which was very frustrating.
Okay.
Also, I love my Vita, but that D-pad is not good. And in this game, there's so many times where I was like, what enemy was I fighting? It wasn't the flamethrower guys. What was it? It was somebody where I was trying to duck and attack. And I would duck and turn the wrong way, and I just was like wanted to throw my Vita. It was so frustrating. So it's on the Vita. If that's the only way you can play it, that's great. But this game should be played on the PS4.
Yeah.
I love this game. I have not beaten it. Sean, however, has beaten it. Don't spoil anything for me, but I want to know your thoughts on this game now that you've actually beaten it all the way.
So
and have you already restarted it? Wait, is there an end game? Can you keep going, or do you have to start over?
I haven't.
Like if I want to get,
you can go back into it,
like your last save or whatever.
Yeah, but it's still. but you save it. It's like, do you want to save your game after the ending and everything? However, there's something that happens at the ending that you're like, well, that's weird because that would change everything, and I haven't gone back to actually see if it did or not.
Okay.
But you can continue playing, and I assume everything is just like
but you
it
can
was,
also
but-
copy your save to a new slot, I think. When you go to manage,
I think so.
Okay.
So I beat it in 8 hours and 43 minutes. It says I explored 100.0%. However,
You didn't get the trophy?
that's not true because there's areas, every
Yeah.
square on the map. There are a few I didn't get to in the last area because I went one way instead of that way, and then you get to parts similar to in the caves when you go down the elevator shaft.
Okay.
Where there's no getting back.
Yeah.
So I need to go back to that area and explore. So I know there's places I haven't been. So I don't know how they measure that, but I know I didn't get 100%.
I think I heard somebody say you have to
But
actually
before
get to
that last
106.
world.
106%. I think
Oh,
is what
really?
I read. Yeah.
Well, so before that last world, I hit everything.
Is there more than the 4 that I've been to? Is there a 5th?
There's 6.
Oh my god, I'm nowhere near.
The 5th sucks. The 6th is actually pretty easy and
Okay.
pretty straightforward.
Okay.
The 5th was not fun.
I'm still waiting for that double jump. I haven't found it yet. It's got to be there. Because there's definitely areas that I can't get to because I can't do a double jump or fly or something.
I killed 1,957 enemies, so real close to 2,000. I don't know if that means anything. I took 8,540 damage. I don't know,
I've probably
that's a
already
lot.
taken more than that.
But it
I
doesn't
would
tell me how
guess.
many times I died, which I'm like, that's what I would like to
That's
know.
weird.
But it says I earned a silver medal. I'm like, you know what? If I explored 100% and I rescued 100%, I think I did pretty good. But apparently that's only good enough for a silver medal. But no, the game's awesome. I definitely want to go back and play it again. I'm not too concerned with the platinum just because I'm not.
You don't want to go back.
You
and
have
try
to beat it
on
on hard, and then you have to beat it on mortal, which I'm assuming is worse than hard.
Oh, no, mortal, you can't die.
Oh.
Mortal is permadeath.
Oh.
I think it's like-
you can't die as in you're not allowed to die, not that you can't die.
If you die, it's game over.
Oh my god, there's no way. Well then there's no way I'm
I
getting
think
this
it's.
platinum.
I didn't realize that was a trophy. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
normal.
you have to beat it on
difficulty,
hard
but
and
mortal is if you die, you die. It's like real life. It's real life. If you die, you die.
Oh, I would be god. Nope, I would be way too frustrated.
Yeah.
But no, the game plays it's just the right amount of backtracking and exploring to where it never feels like a chore. It's laid out pretty well. Like, it's not a huge game. The way it's laid out, I think maybe it's because they all have their own individual maps. Whereas Symphony of the Night, there's all the little areas, but they're all
it's one
together
map,
on the map, and I think that kind of threw me for a loop. This game, it's like when I get like a new ability, I'm like, I know right where I need to use that, and because the game's not huge, but it's pretty big. But I liked that. I really, really like this game. I hope there's a Chasm 2 coming. I hope it's not 6 years in the making.
Yeah.
But it also makes me want to it makes me look forward that much more to Bloodstained.
Yeah.
I don't know how. If that's as good as this game, I'll be thrilled.
Is there any chance that game actually comes out this year? I say there's no chance.
I don't think
There's
it's this year.
no way. We would have
Yeah.
a date by now if it was still coming out this year.
Yeah. But no, this game is, what was it, $20?
$20. It was on,
Totally
if you
worth
pre-ordered it was 16 if you have PS Plus.
Right, yeah. Totally worth it. If you like Metroidvania style games, your Symphony of the Night, your any Metroid ever, pretty much, pick this game up. It's a lot of fun. It's better than Shadow Complex.
It's better than Axiom Verge.
I think it's better than, it's better than Axiom Verge. It's better than, I mean, I would put it behind Symphony of the Night, probably. And then, I don't know. It may be number 2. Like, it's way up there for me.
Now this is going to be sacrilege, and I just beat this game a month ago. I kind of like it better than Symphony of the Night. I think I'd put it behind Super Metroid still, but something about this game, and maybe it's what you were saying, how each area is its own world. I feel more encouraged to explore in this than I did in Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night, once I got to the Upside Down Castle and I found all 5 pieces, I was like, where's Dracula? I just want to fight him and beat it. Not because I didn't like the game, but I was like, I want to know how this epic game ends. Like, I don't want to go all over the upside down castle. And the enemies, they went from like difficulty here to like difficulty here. I'm like, no. Give me Dracula. I just want to fight him and beat it. And I did. Whereas this, every time I get a new ability, I'm like, okay, so where could I do, where was that part that I thought I needed a morph ball? I'll just say that. There's no morph ball in this. You know what I mean? And I'm still waiting for that double jump because I remember the areas I got to go for the double jump because that's the only way I can get to whatever's up there. It like invites you, at least this is the way I feel, it invites you to explore more than Symphony of the Night did.
And getting around is very, very easy.
Oh, I love the teleport system, and not just the teleports, but then you go through these doors that take you to different parts of each world. It's like it's their fast travel system, and it works so well.
Yep,
so well. I love this game. I've seen some people like stupid Patrick Klepek because he's a whiny little freaking was like the game's because it's procedurally generated, but what if you only play through the game once? Then you don't know what the procedurally generation adds to it, and therefore what is the point? Go F
then
yourself.
Who cares? Then
just
don't
shut
even
up.
think
Did you like
as...
the game or not?
God,
I hate Klepek so much. I'm so glad he blocked me. Oh God. I'm becoming so much more like Khan. Like, I just don't care anymore. I'm glad he blocked me. He's an idiot. And all the people liked when I was like, really? This is what you blocked me for? Good. I got so many likes, so whatever. I love Chasm. I think right now if I were to score it, I haven't beaten it yet, but I don't think it'll change much. I'm hoping to beat it this week because Madden comes out Friday, and I'm excited about Madden for the first time in like 3 or 4 years, I think. It's like an 8.5. I think it's a solid 8.5 for me.
I'd say probably a 9 for me.
Yeah.
It's really good. And, you know, while I was playing it, like I told you, I'm already looking forward to going back and playing it again. Part of it was, even though I don't really care, part of me was like, this is a platinum that I would get, and I wouldn't care that I got the platinum, but I would feel like I accomplished something.
That's why.
But now that I know, I'll never, because I'm not doing it on Mortal.
No, I didn't.
And I finally looked at some of the trophies I was missing. Like, I didn't complete my bestiary, and there's a couple other ones I didn't do, but I could do.
Yeah.
And I think I could beat it on hard.
Not Mortal.
I'm not beating it on Mortal.
If Mortal's a trophy, there's no way.
Yeah, so it's never going to happen. But I do still kind of want to go back and try it on hard.
Yeah.
Especially now, knowing more, knowing a little bit more how to play it and stuff, I could beat it on hard.
Yeah.
But I'll probably let it sit for a little bit before I go back to it. But
now, see, that's to defend trophies. I can't defend my week of trophies, but trophies in general, like, that's why I do kind of wish that Nintendo would have come out with some kind of achievement system, whatever, because it's like it's a nice like checklist or whatever you want to call it for. It's something to motivate you to go through the game. Like, would Zelda have had a trophy for getting all 7,000 Korok seeds? I guess it might have. I don't know. But like everything else, like, do this many side quests or find this many weapons or upgrade to have this many weapon spots and this many shield spots. It's like it gives you kind of motivation. It's like a meta game inside the game when trophies are done right. When they're done wrong, like 6 of my platinums that they're completely worthless. But when they're done right, like God of War was perfect. Horizon Zero Dawn was perfect. There are some trophy lists that are absolutely perfect.
Well, see, I can somewhat appreciate trophies from just the accomplishment side of things.
Yeah.
My issue, not to be too, holier than thou, but like the way people use it to like brag, it's like,
oh, that's stupid.
Get a life. Like, I 100%ed Ocarina of Time back on N64. Like, beat everything, got all the heart pieces, got all the Skulltulas, got all the weapons, got all the this, got the best wallet and quiver and bomb bag and this and that. I got the stupid cow you get in your house. You can have free Lon milk. Like, I did everything 100%ed. And I felt accomplished.
Correct.
Never once was there any part of me that was like, man, I wish I got like a digital trophy that I could show off to people. Like, I don't care. But it's fun to feel like you've done everything you can do in a game. Right. Now, like you said, if one of the, if Ocarina tracked your progress and all you had to do is get it to 100%, but for whatever reason, one of the things, maybe to get the last bomb bag upgrade, you had to kill 10,000
Octoroks.
to where it's not even fun and you're just grinding. Like, I don't care about that. Like,
Correct.
I would be fine ending at 99.9% because that's a ridiculous thing to have to do. It's not even difficult. It's just time consuming. That kind of stuff, I don't get the point of. But like, as far as just doing everything there is to do in Ocarina, I felt accomplished.
Yeah.
And I think when I did it, I beat the game without dying. Like, so I feel like I've done everything there is to do in that game. And I felt satisfied. I felt accomplished and I was happy.
You always left me satisfied, smiling.
But I don't care that I don't get like a trophy for it. I don't know. That's
I guess
my thoughts.
But
on
it's
the
also games like if Zelda had 100% tracker, like here's your progress towards, like Breath of the Wild has some kind of tracker, but I don't know what it's. You have to like step on every square inch of the map or something. But then you've got other things. The other side of that is why you should have trophies is something like stupid Super Mario Odyssey, which I wouldn't. If I could go back and re-rank my top 10 from last year, I think I'd put it even lower. You've got all the stars that you can collect, and then you can buy.
And then you just buy
99 on every world.
Yeah.
But then there's even more that you can like. They're like the stars are not a good way to manage your or to track your progress through that game because they don't even they really don't mean anything.
Everything's made up and the stars
Points
don't matter.
It's just whatever. I don't even know what we're. Oh yeah, Chasm. I will not be platinuming Chasm.
No, I won't either. But
God,
I do want to
can't-
go back and play it again.
I hope to beat this game this week. We're recording this Sunday night. Hopefully I can beat it this week because, like I said, Madden comes out Friday, and again. Oh, gamer bro, you like Madden, whatever. No, it's just the Giants are exciting me for the first time in many years, so I'm excited to play Madden.
Yeah.
Saquon's going to be a beast.
FYI,
Yes.
when you get to the 5th area in Chasm,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really a spoiler, there are 0 saves. So do
I had
not
one
hold
warp-
out.
I
Do
had
not
one
hold
warp
out
scroll.
thinking you're about to die and maybe there's not. There's no save rooms.
Okay.
So
I do have a warp scroll, so I can
you
get out.
keep that or
Okay.
buy more or always keep track of how to get back. There is the orange thing. Like you can warp to the world, but if you want to save, you need to get your way back to that.
so
to then
really,
leave.
you're trying
and
to find the
save.
teleport rooms, not save rooms.
But there's only one.
Oh my
There's the one with like
To
the
get into
door,
it.
and that's it.
Okay.
So world or the 5th area is a little weird, and it's difficult. So
Well, I'm still looking forward to it. I love this game so far. Another game I really loved. I'm going to run through what I've been playing. Batman: The Enemy Within. So I beat that since the last time we recorded.
okay.
Episode 1 of this season was fantastic.
So I don't know if you want to spoil it. Maybe we can talk off camera, but I'm not going to play it. I'm curious what the story is, but we don't have to.
It's very
spoil it for them.
Joker centric, and as much as neither of us really liked Anthony and Gruber's Joker in the first season of Batman, I freaking loved him in it. He is way up there on Joker. Like animated Jokers, he's barely behind Mark Hamill. He was so good in this. He was so good. So basically, the season ended like 3 months ago. I played it late. I got a platinum for it. You've got this uneasy relationship like you had in season 1 with the Joker. The whole thing is about the relationship between Bruce / Batman and the Joker. And as you go through the season, depending on your relationship with, if you don't want spoilers for this, skip ahead 2 minutes.
We'll do this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get really into it, but I'm just doing the broad strokes. Oh, let's paint a happy tree. Your relationship with the Joker, it evolves to where either he becomes more of a friend to you or he becomes more of an adversary. That seems really basic, but basically you get to episode 1's great. Episode 2 and 3 really, really drag. Episode 4 and 5 are fantastic because in episode 4 and 5, Joker will either be, and they've actually did this in all their promotional stuff, which I think was a bad move to spoil it for people, but Joker will either be the Joker or he will be criminal Joker or vigilante Joker, where he is teaming up with Batman in his own sadistic way, where instead of throwing batarangs, he's throwing smiles that are like razor sharp and like people are bleeding to death and stuff like that. But he thinks he's like Batman, look, I'm doing a great job, blah blah blah, and it all culminates in this awesome scene with the two of them in this like warehouse control room thing. It's so well done. Like I think when this does go on sale, because eventually you'll be able to get it for like $5 or something, it is so worth it. Not for the platinum or anything like that, but to actually see it, because you're not going to go look at YouTube for 10 hours to see this all.
Right. Yeah.
It is so worth it. The way that this ends with the two of them in this one really tiny, like the size of this table, really this room where they're sitting next to each other and they're staring at each other, and they've been through this crazy battle and all this other stuff, and then it's like, then it kind of cuts to black and you see the epilogue. You have an awesome scene with Alfred where you have to make a choice where I'm like, Nick and I were texting after, like, he was like, what did you do? I was like, I thought this was the only thing I could do. And he's like, but I don't know what to do. What should I do? Like, I went back to I pushed the PlayStation button to go back to the home so I could think about what choice I have to make. I think either way, I think I know what ends up happening, but this choice with Alfred and your relationship with Alfred throughout it changes so much. Catwoman does come back, which is awesome. It is so, those episodes 4 and 5 are freaking amazing.
Now, were there any issues with this one like there was season 1? Like,
I had no invisible
glitchy
people beating me up and
okay.
stuff like that. But now, again, I played it couple months after every episode came out, so I was. They probably
had time to
fix
it. Yeah.
But if I could cheat, this would probably end up somewhere on my top 10 list, but I don't even know. Like, episode 4 and 5 came out this year. 1, 2, and 3 were last year. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. But it's so worth it. Whenever it goes on sale, I am telling you, you would like it.
Yeah.
If you can get episode 1's great, 2 and 3, just know that they suck. But 4 and 5 are completely worth the price of admission. I had so much fun playing it.
Yeah, if it's on sale, I would buy it, but
it's so good. Now, the next game that I also played, and this game actually sucked. Wow, this is going to be I knew this was going to be an awesome podcast. Tacoma. Now, if you know me, and you've been listening to us for the last, my God, 2.5 years, you know I wasn't the biggest Gone Home fan that there is, right, Sean?
that is correct.
That is correct. Fulbright made a new game. They made Tacoma. It is this. It first came out on Xbox and PC. It just came to PlayStation a few months ago. It's like an AR game where basically you go to this space station that is completely abandoned. And you're almost like this detective where you're trying to figure out what happened to the people that were on here. And you do
Sounds
that.
like Adrift so far, which I hated. But go on.
Is there AR in Adrift? Augmented reality. So basically what you're doing is instead of looking at like security camera footage, you're accessing these archives and you're seeing these AR things play out where you see like a yellow person over here and a blue person over here. And then there's like a pink person 2 rooms over.
Did you ever play Everybody's Gone to the Rapture?
No.
Because it kind of sounds like that. You're like
I've
seeing,
got it.
like,
I just never played it.
Okay.
But so what you do is you push play, and then you'll have like these checkpoints on like this tape that's playing, and it'll be like a pink check mark, a blue check mark, a yellow check mark. So you know at this point in time, you need to focus on the pink person. They're saying something about the story, and then the next check mark will be like the yellow, and they're way over there. So you got to be like, wait, pause. Let me go over to the yellow person's room, see what they're talking about, how it relates to everything, and then you can like rewind and all this other stuff. In theory, sounded really cool. It was like, I don't know why I got my hopes up when I didn't like Gone Home. This is not, like I said, Gone Home was like Oscar bait. This isn't Oscar bait at all. This is just not a good game. Yeah. It's just, I would not tell, I'd platinum this also. And the platinum was broken. I had to restart the game because there's this one part where you're in a space station, so you're in zero gravity, and you have to make a 3-pointer with this basketball from like far away on this hoop. The basketball disappeared in my game, so I had to restart just to make a 3-point. It's stupid.
But you did get the platinum?
I got the platinum.
Okay.
It was the spoiler alert for our podcast at the end this year, unless something else blows my mind in the next 4 months. By far, my most disappointing game of the year.
Really?
Yeah. Not even close. Like, I would not even tell you to download it with my ID and play through it. It's not even worth it.
So is it? I mean, it sounds like it's a combination of story and gameplay? Like, was the story not even good, or you just didn't like the way it played out?
It ended very abruptly. Nothing really happens, but nothing can happen when it's one of those things where it's actually Gone Home had this problem too. Like, the story has already happened. You're just finding out the story.
That's how Rapture.
You know what I mean? Okay. But you can do it right. Like Edith Finch, that was all just reading journals and experiencing stuff like that made it emotional. There was no emotion in this at all. I was like, this person's in love with this person, and there was an explosion here, but everybody's okay. And then they do whatever. I'm not going to spoil it if you care, but like, it was a waste of time.
Yeah.
I really wanted to like that game, especially because I felt bad for how much I don't like Gone Home. I'm never going to play another Fulbright game again. If they put out another game, I'd be like, no, I'm good. There's no part of me that wants to play this game. Here's one we can both talk about, Sean.
Okay.
Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon.
Yes.
So, Sean and I grew up, obviously, on the NES. One of our favorite games, I think we both agree, the best Castlevania game on the NES was Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3.
Yes.
Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon. So, obviously, we said we're excited for Bloodstained to come out this year. Bloodstained proper. We don't know if it's actually going to come out this year. But this was something that I didn't even know was in the works. We talked about it on our last podcast right before it came out, I think. It was they hit a certain amount of number that EGA hit on Kickstarter, said that they would release an 8-bit version, not an 8-bit version, but still in the Bloodstained universe, an 8-bit Castlevania basically game. And this game was fantastic.
It's already been, I mean, it's been
2-3 months.
A couple months since I played it. I've already forgotten most of it. But I know, I mean, it is a blatant, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all. It is a blatant Castlevania 3 ripoff. I mean, ripoff sounds bad. It was very much
a love letter.
Yeah. But it was fantastic. I enjoyed the crap out of that game. That's another one. I'll probably go back and play through it again at some point. But for anybody that played the good Castlevanias back in the NES,
Castlevania 2.
Yeah, 1 and 3, but mainly 3. You will love this game. It is just perfect. There's a lot of games that try to do retro, but you can tell they're like Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight did it pretty well.
Shovel Knight did it well.
But there's some games that try to do retro, even like Chasm. Chasm looks kind of retro, but it also doesn't. Like it's just that art style, but it's not really a retro game. This is a Nintendo game. Right. It might as well be. Yeah.
What the hell? Nintendo says that the NES is pronounced NES. Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
In WarioWare, Nintendo Wario actually says the word, something is NES. I don't care what you say, Nintendo. That is the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. And I swear to God, if anybody comes on here and says SNES, you'll be virtually punched in the face. Right?
That's exactly how I feel.
SNES is worse than NES. About
that and GIF. Now you understand why, even though the guy calls it GIF, why I still say, nope, it's GIF.
I still don't agree with you, but I can appreciate that. Curse of the Moon is fantastic. It's $10 for God's sakes. Like, it's going to be on my top 10 list unless the rest of this year is crazy. And it was $10. Like, it's so much fun. And that's one of those games that's easy to go back and play and beat it in like 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to go back. Apparently you can beat it, and I don't know how you do this without taking any companions. I don't think we ever had an option to apparently you can kill the companions after you beat the boss. I saw that in the trophy list, and there's no platinum. But I saw it in the trophy list, but I'm like, I don't think we were ever given an option. They just joined you, right? I thought.
I feel like they gave you a choice, but I thought it was the kind of thing where even if you said no, they'd probably come along. But I always said yes.
Yeah.
But I think you do have a choice. I just wouldn't have thought that it actually mattered.
Yeah. I want to play through
But I don't know if you can beat that game without...
I don't know how you
there's
beat it
certain
without
parts
the
that you
guy.
can't get...
But there's so many multiple paths through the levels that I think you can, if you can't make this jump because you don't have the girl from Bloodstained proper, you just got the guy with the sword, you can just go down and around and back. Like, there's ways to get around it.
That's true.
If you don't have the long jump or whatever. What else? So obviously we love Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Somebody tied up our Street Fighter series 1-1.
Yep.
In just about the most epic way possible. Sorry, the stream was, our computer's not super strong. I think it's because we were recording and streaming at the same time, so it was a little choppy. It was a lot choppy, but we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun hanging out with some of y'all. We went just like I thought would happen. We played through 12 games. We were tied 6-6. So we went into overtime on Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I went down 2-0, and then I won the next four, which was insane, and I reacted accordingly. So we are tied 1-1. We've got some fun stuff.
We'll have a rubber match.
Yep, we got some fun stuff planned this November with Nerd 901 that I think we'll have a rubber match there. So stay tuned for that. But Street Fighter 30, I don't know what else we can say. It's perfect.
It is the arcade game.
It is Street Fighter perfection. So the next thing I want to talk about, you played this way before I did, Sean. Blossom Tales.
Oh yeah.
So I finally purchased. It was on sale for like $12 or $13 instead of $20, and I finally was like, I had nothing else to play at that time. I want to play Blossom Tales. If you're not familiar with Blossom Tales, and by the way, I'm just going to let you know, Blossom Tales will be on my top 10 list at the end of this year. Now, I do not give a crap that this came out like December 27th of 2017 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't care. This is our channel, and it's our list. So I give you permission for this to be on your list as well.
I appreciate that permission.
This will be very high on my list. If you like 2D Zeldas and you have a Switch, or a PC, you literally have to play Blossom Tales. Would you not agree?
I don't know why you wouldn't. Yeah.
It's so... We kind of talked about this when I was playing it. I think this is my favorite, and I'm like a month removed from playing it now, and I still feel this way. This is my favorite non-Zelda Zelda, I think. I like it better than Oceanhorn, and I like it better than Crusader. And Beyond Oasis, I don't even know what to think about that anymore because I'm so... It's not as good as Crusader, so I don't think we even need to mention it, but it's that good to
Part of me wants to say, well, hold up, but then I'm trying to think of what else it could be.
It would be those two.
It'd be Crusader, maybe? All right, I don't know. So one game you missed out on, I'm pretty sure, was... I think it was just called 8-bit Dot Game Heroes.
No, 3D Dot Game Heroes.
Yeah, 3D Dot Game Heroes.
That's the one game on PlayStation 3 that I'm like, I need to find that. It was 3.
Oh yeah, it was 3.
I need to find that game.
I have it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I don't know if I ever beat it. So the thing in the game,
the sword grows.
Instead of where it's like the size of the screen. Yeah. Like it gets a little ridiculous, but I don't know if I ever beat it. But it's fun. It's the kind of game that
instead of top down Zelda, it's almost like if you took Zelda 1 and you kind of went instead of down, you kind of went like this, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I don't know what the story is. It doesn't matter. I don't remember what any of the items were. But it was a lot of fun. I'll let you borrow it.
I've heard so many good things about that game.
Yeah. That was the only other thing that popped into my head as far as favorite non-Zelda Zelda games. But no, Blossom Tales it's everything you would... Well, I don't know. I wouldn't even say it's what you would expect it to be. It's what I would hope it would be.
Yeah.
And it was. I was a little worried maybe it wouldn't live up to the hype, but it was exactly what I wanted out of that game.
The only thing I didn't like at the beginning, and I got used to it, was did you ever go through this with the combat? When you're swinging your sword, it's almost... There was times where I felt like I was out of control. Where you swing, like the way, if you go like swing, 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 it's almost like she moves as you're swinging the sword. There was something about it that just fell off, and I think I got used to it as time went on throughout the game and stuff. But
yeah, I don't remember that.
There were some puzzles in there that were ridiculously difficult with the disappearing floors, where you'd had to like walk.
Oh, where you had to, yeah. I forgot about those.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, there was one that was really long, and you had to move quickly. Dude, I died. Well, not died, but I fell many times.
I got 90% of the way. Was like the furthest I got, and I said, "Nope, I'm never this." This is going to ruin this game for me. I'm not trying it again. I just walked away from that cave and I never went back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them were a little... I think I beat them all. I mean, all the ones I came across. But...
Yeah. Now, see, that's a game... Again, like I have no way to track my progress. I don't know... I think eventually that will come to PlayStation. I would think probably late this year, maybe early next year. I would feel good rebuying that and trying to get the platinum. Like,
Yeah.
especially if it's cross-buy. If I can play that on Vita as well, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I've been dominating this podcast. Let me say one more thing I've been playing, and then we'll move on. Secret of Mana Remake. Now, before any of you haters, we are about as retro as it gets here.
Yes.
However, I've only played Secret of Mana. Is that on the SNES Classic? It is.
I don't know, but it's on the Pi.
Well, it's on the SNES, the SNES Classic, because Chrono Trigger isn't. Either way, I loved on the Vita Adventures of Mana. I had so much fun with that game. I had tried playing Secret of Mana in the past on the SNES. I can't.
No.
On the Super Nintendo, on the SNES. And I just couldn't, like, I got to the part where you fight the first boss, the ant, where you fall down in the village, and I'm like, meh. And I could never
That's as far as I got when I started playing it on the Pi. I'm like, I want to play this. I got there, and I know you can't die because the guy keeps bringing
you just
back.
keep respawning.
I died like 7 times. I'm like, this should not be this difficult. I don't know if I'm just really bad at this game or if there's something I don't get, but I just I couldn't dodge when he threw the little hook thing. It seems like it would be so easy to dodge, and every time I moved, it just hit me every time.
You can't. Like, you have to hit. So I finally figured out you hit him as he's getting ready to do the sonic boom. You hit him, that cancels it. Your thing recharges. You hit him again.
Okay.
So as you go on, that's the one thing that the one reason I've never really gotten into Secret Mana in the past was, like Sean always told me, it was like it's an action RPG like Zelda, but the problem is you've got this gauge at the bottom of your screen, which Adventures of Mana does not have, where basically your attack power regenerates. And when I've read into this game, it's like the creators didn't want you to go up and just hack. They wanted to make you more strategic and stuff. Like I said, it's almost makes it into a turn-based game without being turn-based. But once I finally got the hang of the combat in this, I love it. And I really like the art style of Adventures of Mana on the little Vita screen. Secret of Mana, when you're playing the actual gameplay, I think it looks really nice. I really like it.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't see any of the cutscenes.
No.
The cutscenes in this game are god awful. There's not a lot of them, but like, and I am playing on the, although I have no nostalgia for it, I'm playing on the 16-bit soundtrack.
Okay.
Just because to me, it sounds better. But and it's not nostalgia or anything. I just think it sounds better than the new soundtrack. But I've got to be probably about halfway through the game. I've beaten like 10 or 11 bosses out of 27, 28, something crazy like that. But I am really liking this game now. I will platinum this game because it's one of those where it's a natural platinum. You beat all the bosses, you beat the game, you get every item, you buy every wardrobe, you get every headgear, arm and body, whatever it is. You find every weapon, you upgrade every weapon. Like it's a natural. That's one of those things that makes sense. So it's like an easy platinum as long as you stick with the game. And I'll probably platinum it and beat the game. But I really like it. I really do think when I beat this, I'll just give it to you, and then you can play through it at your leisure.
Yeah. See, I went back and tried playing Secret of Mana on the SNES. It didn't. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I never beat it, but I know I spent a lot of time on that game on emulators back in the day. I couldn't. It just. I don't know. It didn't grab me, and I'm kind of shocked because I thought I would get right back into it, but I don't know. Maybe the updated one will be better. I played, I think, for the first time ever, which can't be because again, emulators. But Secret of Evermore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's literally. I don't know if it has anything to do with Mana, but it is the spiritual successor, if nothing else. Like it's got the little bar at the bottom, and
this is Evermore. You said
this is Evermore.
Okay.
But what's weird is it like, at least in the beginning of the game, like it takes place in the United States. Like it's one of those weird, like it's fantasy, but it's not. I don't know. It's really weird. I didn't realize. I don't remember it being exactly like Mana. There's the three. There's Mana, Evermore, and then Illusion of Gaia.
Yeah.
Illusion of Gaia is totally different. It looks different. It plays different. Whatever. I thought they were all three were pretty different. Mana and Evermore are almost the same game, control, gameplay wise.
Yeah.
I started a game in that, and it didn't really grab me either. So I don't know. I mean, maybe if I play the new version, I'll get hooked on it, but I don't know. I couldn't go back, and it just didn't grab me for some reason.
Well, the little bit you played over here in my house, you liked it, right?
Oh yeah, it's
I mean,
beautiful.
you were just running around and hacking and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
just to see the world and stuff. But
Right. I can see how the combat can be a detriment, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just different. It's
different. I prefer it to turn-based JRPGs and stuff.
right. Yeah.
Oh, that was one question we did get. Kevin,
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
go for it.
So Kevin D, what's his name?
Demon. Demon.
Kevin D.
Demon.
Demon.
KD.
Asked us about Octopath Traveler. Seems to be a fairly polarizing game. I haven't actually played it since the demo. I don't have it. That's a game I'm kind of torn on it because to me it looks like it would be fun. It looks like something I would enjoy, but then what I kept reading about it was JRP this, or JRPG this, JRPG that. And I'm like, ugh. And I'm sure that plenty of the games, like RPGs that I like, would probably be considered JRPGs. But when I think of JRPGs, I think of like Persona, which just, sorry if you like it, it does not speak to me in the least bit. It doesn't interest me at all. Now, I love me some Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger and all those, which, I don't know, would you call those JRPGs?
Depending on
they're
Final Fantasy,
Japanese.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And so, for whatever reason, when I heard that, it kind of turned me off to it, and I was just like, whatever. The other one, I Am Setsuna. I should love that game.
I was shocked that you didn't
loved
love
Chrono
it. Yeah.
Trigger, and I just can't get into that either. I don't know. Maybe it's something that I need to just start over because I started a game and then I stopped playing for a while and then I picked it back up and wasn't sure where I was going. And then I put it down and tried to play it again just a few weeks ago. And I'm just like, I don't remember what I'm doing. So maybe if I start totally fresh again, it'll hook me.
But you got Spider-Man coming.
Right.
Mega Man 11. I don't know if you're... did you ever pre-order that?
Mega Man?
I
I don't know if I did. I should. I mean, I'm definitely going to get it. I don't think I pre-ordered it yet. But no, it's kind of just, I feel kind of jaded with that too, just because, and I know everybody seems to love Setsuna. I can't get it. It's basically Chrono Trigger. I should love that game. That's one of my probably top 10 games all time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just not doing it for me. So no, I haven't played Octopath. Maybe someday I'll give it a shot. When I played the demo, it was fun. So I don't know. I don't know. I need to maybe read some more into it and maybe just read something that will keep me from being scared off by it being a JRPG. But
the only thing I've really seen is Schreier is the one like media person that did not like it.
Octopath?
Yeah. It's not that he didn't like it. I shouldn't say that, but it got samey or grindy or something to him, and he got to that point and he didn't like it.
Yeah.
What I have heard, some people that really like it and really don't like it because of this, is that it's basically 8 games in one. That like, because each Octopath, if that's what even they're called, they have their own story that kind of ties into the overall story, but it's kind of disjointed and whatever. Kevin, answer your question. I'm not going to play that game.
Now, see, that makes me, again, not want to play it.
Yeah.
I got to a point in Final Fantasy 3/6, whatever, which everybody seems to love. I keep trying to get into that game, and every time I start, I get a little further, a little further, a little further. I get to this part where these 3 main characters get kind of split up, and then you have to pick one, and you like play through their little part, and then you beat it. And I thought it was the thing where it's like, which one of these do you want to play? You need to beat all 3. So you do this one, you go through it, and then it's like, okay, now which of these 2 do you want to do? And I'm like, oh God, I'm like, let me just get back to the story. I mean, I know it's all still story, but I'm like, it's something about that kind of thing it loses me. I don't know.
As much as I loved Zelda, Horizon, and God of War, I think that's one of the reasons I loved Blossom Tales. I beat it in like 8 or 9 hours. Chasm's going to be 8 to 10 hours. Like, I almost miss the days where, like, my favorite game of all time, Metal Gear Solid 3, if you skip cutscenes, it's probably a 7-8 hour game. With cutscenes, it's like 25. Not really, but like games don't have to be these 80 to 100 hour things,
right?
And like I started to say, Kevin, I'm not going to play this. I downloaded the demo. Sean had to tell me what the hell I was doing. Like, I don't understand turn-based combat. I've never wanted to play it, and when I try to play it on this, just because the game looks so beautiful, and I still like. The art style in that game is absolutely breathtaking. The fact that the way that they weave the 8-bit or the 16-bit sprites into this like 3D world, and the way like it is beautiful. I cannot do turn-based combat. I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the smarts for it, or whatever. I don't know what it is. It does not work with me. Like, I had to have Sean, remember way back when I had the demo, and you're like, okay, now attack. Okay, now you've got this thing, this break or whatever, charge up. So do that. Okay, see, now they can't attack. Now you can. I was like, this is. This is not me. I'm not made for this. Obviously, millions of people around the world love these kind of games. I don't. I won't play it, no matter how beautiful it is. And 80 to 100 hours right now in my life, there's just no way.
And see, that's not the first game. Like Final Fantasy X. I love Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. Then
near the end, there's this part. It's really not even that long. It's maybe 30 to 45 minutes of game time via Purifico, where your party gets separated, and you have to play a little bit as just Yuna, who doesn't really attack. She's just kind of like a support character, but now you need to fight with her. And then you find your other character. Now it's Yuna and Auron or whoever, and you eventually get your party back, and it doesn't take that long, but I always hate that part.
This is
not
10,
because it's not because it's difficult or anything. It's just like, I liked my party the way it was. Why do we have to split everybody up? And then Chrono Cross, which is the Chrono Trigger sequel on PlayStation. Yeah. Pretty good game, but I feel like a majority of that game...
Isn't there like 75 characters in that or something crazy? Yeah.
And for like a long part of the game, the enemy like takes your form or something. Yeah, you like switch bodies with the enemy to where now the... Surge, is that his name? The main guy is taken over by the enemy, and he goes off with your party, and they don't realize that he's actually the bad guy, and instead you're now playing as the bad guy, but you're the good guy in his mind. God. And I'm just like, no, I just want to go back to my normal part. Like, that kind of stuff in video games just annoys me, and I don't know why. And that's what happened with Final Fantasy 3/6. I got to that part, and I'm just like, let's get back. Like, I don't know why they have to do that. And now that I'm hearing that about this game, it's kind of like, no, I don't think I will like it.
To me, that's kind of like an old school mentality with games where you try to artificially lengthen the time of the game, so you feel like you're getting your $60, $70, $80 worth of the game.
Yeah.
Like Streets of Rage 3. We might have a video on that coming up this season.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I want you to play that game for some reason. I want you to play it. I don't want to play that game. I want no part of that game. I just feel like, but now when you're saying that and I hear what, like, it was on GameScoop last week, they were talking about that with like basically 8 games at one. I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like too much for me, but maybe someday I'll get bored and try it out. But
have you been playing anything else other than what we discussed? Oh, what do you think about new Super Mario 2?
Oh,
on 3DS.
So that I'm actually trying to go through and get all the coins.
Nice. Because you were so freaking insistent on that in New Super Mario Wii, damn it.
And I don't know. I'll eventually, I mean, unless you want your 3DS back anytime soon, maybe I'll eventually play through the whole thing and get all the coins. I think I've gotten all the coins and all the levels that I've beaten so far.
I let him borrow I've got the XL where his 3DS is the regular size. So yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. I love the coin thing.
I thought
there's just coins everywhere.
But
I thought it was like, I thought the coins played a role.
No, they're
like
just
when you kept talking about
everywhere.
it, I thought it was like you had to get all the coins, not just the big gold coins, but like I thought you had to it was all about collecting coin. The way like some of those weird Zelda spin-out, like Four Swords was all about collecting rupees or something. I thought it was that kind of thing. Like the coins played some integral role.
No,
and it's not that at all. There's just coins. Like I have like 100 lives right now.
Exactly.
And it's fun. I mean, it's a little ridiculous, but it's fun. But it's basically new Super Mario. I mean,
single player.
It's new Super Mario 2, and that's literally what it is. But it's like it's got like a lot of the same music, the same sound effects, the same graphics.
Well, especially when you go from one right to the other, it's got to be.
Yeah. But no, it's a lot of fun. What else have I been playing? I don't think I've really played much else. Oh, I will say, going back to the pre-video game stuff, I saw the movie 8th Grade. Laugh at me if you want. It's about this 8th grade girl.
I don't think anybody
whatever.
would laugh about it. Everybody thinks that movie's amazing. I haven't seen it.
It's unbelievable. It was so good. Like, you don't have to be like a little 8th grade girl. You don't need to be a teen to like enjoy it. It's really good. And Bo Burnham is like my favorite comedian out there probably right now. He's a friggin' genius. Like, oh god, he's so good. And the movie is kind of like, it's kind of more about him, like his onstage persona. He's just like out there and he's crazy and he's like rapping and playing song and he's just ridiculous. But he talks about how like that's kind of his mask, so to speak. That's like his escape. Like real life, when he's not on stage performing, he's socially awkward and he's quiet and whatever. And that's what this is about. And nothing to do with video games whatsoever, but I forgot to mention it earlier. But go see it, especially if you have Movie Pass. Go see it now because Movie Pass isn't going to be around much longer.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
It's,
Are you
it's
pissed?
a train wreck. Oh, yeah. I went to go see Teen Titans.
You can't see any new movies, right?
I went to go see Teen Titans, and they wanted like a $6 surcharge. I'm like, this thing was only going to cost me like $8 to begin with. What am I paying for Movie Pass for? Like, their stock is just like it is. They're done for.
So, not really spoilers for Teen Titans, but it seems like. Well, no, never mind. Do you want to know anything about that movie?
No, I mean, I want to see it.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything about it.
Yeah.
It connects to the DCEU in some hilarious and hopeful ways. That's all I'll say.
Really?
Yes. Well, it connects in a hilarious way. There's a hopeful connection that I hope I read about it on Twitter. I'm like, oh my God, I hope they're saying something that I want to be a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8th Grade, really good. Movie Pass, not so good. Teen Titans, undecided because I didn't want to pay an extra $6 on top of my Movie Pass to go watch it. So
that's so stupid. Mission Impossible #1 2 weeks in a row. Good for them.
I do want to see that.
I want to see that. Dad needs to get off of his meh horse.
His meh horse. I really just want to see it for the.
Dude, I saw the GIF again. I'm like, he's just.
It's so good. He's so awesome.
I'm like, but I see it. And I'm like,
you just hate it because of the mustache.
But that's my Superman. Like, he's so good. Like, okay, cliche. He's the hero we need. We don't deserve him though. I know that's so cliche, especially in DC. But like, he's so good. Like. Especially if you go back and listen to episode 15 of the podcast. Well, you can't because audio services are down, but I'll repost everything at some point. Like, I remember how down on him I was that time where he's like, looks like he's going to poop. And he's like, not everybody stays good. I was like, what are you doing, Henry Cavill? But like, ever since then, like everything he did in Justice League, even when he had weird smiles and stuff, like, that's my Superman. And then I see like he's all about Superman. Like he's talked about like, I want to adapt this comic. I think this would be awesome to do. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like he cares about Superman. And I just love that guy so much. And apparently there's issues backstage with trying to get him to do a contract extension. Just make it work.
Yeah.
I don't care who ends up being Batman. I'll be happy with whatever Matt Reeves is doing. Also with that, it sounds great.
It sounded fantastic.
But like, that's my Superman. Like, sacrilege, I know. Christopher Reeve. There was maybe one good movie out of those four. And they're super corny. And like, obviously it was late 70s, early 80s. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to piss off DC fans. That's not my Superman. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's so corny. Like, I don't picture Christopher Reeve.
That's like saying you like Adam West as Batman. I mean, it worked at the time, but it's not the same. Come on, be real here.
Henry Cavill is freaking awesome. Don't screw this up, DC. So we're hour and 34 minutes in. You want to get to the news?
Yeah, sure.
There's not much news. This was going to be, like I said, this was really, I really just wanted us to get together and talk about everything we've been playing. So we'll fly through this. Spider-Man has gone gold. I'm so excited that it's not delayed. I cannot.
Yeah.
Did you pre-order this yet?
I don't know. I've lost track. I don't think I have.
Because I got some work points. I was like, this.
Actually, you know what? I did too. I might as well.
I always cash them in for Amazon at this point.
That's what I'll do.
So Spidey has gone gold. I cannot wait to play this. Shout out to Nick Shafani. I know you are like. I told Nick.
Wait, what's gone gold?
Spidey. What did I say? Spidey.
You say Spidey.
Spidey. That was weird.
Spidey.
Spider-Man.
Spider. You say his full name.
Spider-Man.
Okay, so you say Spider-Man.
Hey, Spider-Man.
Hey, Spider-Man. Well, you say Spider-Man, but I feel like you say Spidey.
Spidey.
Spider-Man.
Spidey's gone gold.
Yeah, okay. That's a little better. But yeah, Spidey.
Spidey's gone gold. So a couple things that came out. All these previews went live last week. I wish I wouldn't have listened to any of them, but I did. You can unlock a lot of suits. I think that was known. But you don't just unlock them. You have to craft them, which is kind of interesting. So you like unlock the suit and it'll be like, here's this suit from Nick. I'm sorry. From this cartoon or this comic series or whatever. But then you've got to find stuff to craft it to actually unlock that. And I almost spoiled something for you that you probably don't want to know about the white suit, so I'm not going to say it. There are like, it seems like there's like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs 1, not 2, because the whole map was unlocked, but they had all the, you know, you crawl up this tower and you unlock this section of the map.
Like
seems
Zelda.
like, yes.
Yeah.
It seems like they've got that in this. Everybody was making a big deal that Mary Jane is playable in some sections. I'm pretty sure we found that out like last E3. Like I knew Mary Jane was playable before all these previews went live, but everyone's like, "Oh, Mary Jane's playable." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I knew.
Are they like upset about it, or they're happy?
No, they're happy.
Oh, okay.
You should probably play the whole game as her. Is probably what Callie Plaggy would say because men are evil and whatever. Like I said, I just don't care anymore. But yeah, Spider-Man has gone gold. I am so excited for this game. I don't know, Nick. I'm sorry. I know this. If when Nick does his top 10 list, I love you, Nick. 1 through 10 is going to be Spider-Man, and I get that. I completely like for 2004, Metal Gear Solid 3 was 1 through 10. Trust me, I get it. I wonder how. There's no question this game's going to be good.
Yeah. I
just wonder, can it challenge for number 1 this year for me? I don't think it can. Because number 1 this year, when we finally do our top 10 all-time games, is way higher on that list than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it is like, it's perfect. That game is perfect. Can Spider-Man be perfect? Probably not, but it might be. Like the top amount of games in my top 10 all-time list are perfect games. That game is perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very hopeful. To me, I don't know. I think it's going to be better than Arkham City.
Wow.
And I think
if it's that good, then I'm ecstatic. Yeah.
And part of it's just, I mean, I know it's Batman versus Spider-Man, but like Arkham City, I feel like just because you're always just playing at nighttime, everything kind of just looks the same eventually. Yeah. I feel like this game, it's more bright and lively.
And it's New York City. It's a real place.
Well, that too. I don't know. I have my hopes very, very high for this game. I hope not too high. I mean, like you said, there's no way this game's going to be bad. I don't know. My expectations are pretty up there, and it may not live up to them. But I mean, it just depends on how, I guess, like how GTA 5 this game is. Like if it's that massive and beautiful and just fun to just explore and whatever, like if it's got that kind of feel to it, I'm gonna love everything about it.
I think it's gonna. I'm so excited to play it.
Basically, in a perfect world, this game would be GTA 5 with Arkham Combat
City. Yeah,
like, and
with
if it's that, then
with no bat tank, please God.
Well,
no bat tank.
Yeah,
I know there's no bat tank or Spidey tank. So speaking of God of War and perfect games, The final God of War secret has been found. Now, I'm not going to say what that is here, but I will say this, Sean, since you've beaten the game and you know how it ends.
Yep.
Now, everybody's making a big deal of final secret. It's not like this was the thing that they intended to be the last thing.
I know what it is. I mean, I read up on it. But
they intended... There's a lot of secrets out there. This was just the last one people find. This was not supposed to be the ultimate, like... I think people were reading it as, oh, it's the final secret, like... Oh my God.
No, it's nothing big. It just happened to be the last one that people found.
There are 4 runes in Kratos' house.
Did you just say you weren't going to say what it is?
That's all. No, that's all I'm going to say. That they spell out something that if you've beaten the game, you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It was right there all along. That's all I'll say. Also, God of War is getting novelization. That
like this God of War or
yes.
God of War in general?
And you know who's writing it? Cory Barlog's dad. Hell yes. And he wrote, he helped write, he might have helped to write God of War 2 when Cory was the director. I can't remember. But yeah, so he's involved in it. And it seems like it's going to give, I was reading somewhere, I don't have it written down here, but it seems like you're going to find out a little bit more about God of War's world after the ending. So not really like
Dashboard Confessional.
That was a great album. Amazon Music only has like their last 2 albums. Pissed me off. I can't. They don't have Mark Mission and Brandon Scar and whatever else. Anyways, so it's gonna get. I think it's gonna give you a little bit more of a hint to where God of War 2 or 5 or colon whatever is gonna happen next. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be called. I almost gave something away and I didn't want to do it, so I just growled.
God of War colon.
Grr. So, oh God! So please be excited for that. All right, PS4 sales continue to be astronomical. Astronomical. PS4 has now sold over 80 million copies. So they've crossed or are about to cross PS3. I forget which it is.
To me, it seems like PS4 should have blown past PS3 months, if not like maybe a year ago.
But
like PS3, God,
but
it's not even that.
But
the best PS3 games are all on PS4 also. Like, there's not a lot of PS3. What's the best PS3 exclusive game?
Uncharted 2. Oh, or God of War 3. Uncharted. Metal Gear Solid 4. No.
Yeah, I guess it's the 2 Uncharteds.
It's the 2 Uncharteds, God of War 3.
God of War 3.
What are the games? The infamous games I never got into.
Never
Resistance
got into
is underrated. Critically, they're rated right, but commercially they never sold. Yeah, I see what you mean. But I think PS4 will end up, because we think it's probably got 2 more years. I think 2020 is the PS5. I think we can all pretty much agree on that now. Yeah. It's not going to be 19. We would know a lot more if it was coming out next year.
Yeah.
So I think it's 2020. Can they sell 20 million? But
they're not going to
PS4
sell.
will go on until 2022 or whatever. I think it will end up close to 100 million is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. It won't hit 100. It may not hit 90. I mean, it's got to be very much leveling off now, especially the more and more we start hearing. I mean, we've heard nothing so far, but as we start hearing more about PS5, people aren't going to be going out buying PS4s.
Well, not only that, you had Phil Spencer at the Xbox's conference saying, hey, we're working on the next-gen consoles, which I didn't even talk about that because it's all rumor, but the rumor is that the Xbox 2 or Infinity, whatever the hell it's going to be, is going to have a model for us, and then it's going to have a lower-priced cloud gaming console with like no hard drive, and you just stream everything. And I do believe it, but
yeah,
I don't want to stream games.
No.
Until we've got Google Fiber everywhere. That's the only way I would ever even. And even then, you're going to have latency issues.
Why PlayStation? Why when I download a game, when I have 100 megabyte per second internet, does everything download at like 3 megabytes a second?
The PS network sucks.
Like. Yeah, I mean, when I think of streaming games, I think of how slow my PS4 downloads games. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna.
That's not even taking into account all the horror stories I've heard of PS Now. like with that latency issues and stuff like that. I'm like, no, Xbox Game Pass is the way to go. I don't want to stream games.
Yeah.
I don't want it. So 80 million sales. The Switch has now sold just under 20 million copies. Which is
what, a year and a half?
Yeah, which is good. However, Colin, did you see Colin's tweet like a week ago or something? He was saying that they were actually projecting 20 million sales in year 2 fiscal, and they've sold like 1.87 million so far, which is on track for 8.5 million. Like they're tracking to be like 12 million short of their goal.
Wow.
And is it time to get worried? Blah blah. I'm like, well, no. Like when the holidays come up here in a few months, they're going to sell like crazy. Smash is going to move unit as much as you know my thoughts on that. By the way, I'm going to buy it because Snake's in the game. I almost did it. Why we got all these mother-loving snakes on this mother-loving game? Right? Was that how it goes?
Something like that.
That's going to move units like crazy. But that's all they've got this fake Pokemon EV whatever stupid game coming out. But next year you've got the real Pokemon game. They've said that's coming out next year. That'll sell units like crazy. Like if
Prime,
you look,
maybe
Prime, hopefully. If you look at like the list of Kotaku put out like the best selling 3DS games of all time, like the top 10, 8 of them I think were stupid ass Pokemon this or that, Pokemon this or that. I'm like, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing quite well. What I always used to like to talk about when we did this on a regular basis was the NPD results. And I want to talk about NPD results for June before we finish all of this up. What did I say?
I'm just looking at your handwriting. You have the handwriting of like a 10-year-old.
It used to be better. And then I
mean, I have terrible handwriting, but
mine's almost girl handwriting because it's very like large and bubbly. All right. First, I want you to guess, Sean, what was the best
Grand Theft Auto.
Best selling console in June? After everything we just talked about, what do you think was the best selling console?
PS4.
That is incorrect. One more guess.
Switch.
That is incorrect, but it's made by Nintendo. The NES Classic.
Oh, I did see that actually.
But it came back on June 29th. So 30 days after April, June. So in 2 days, more NES Classics sold than PS4s and Switches and Xbox Ones. People get a pie. Like you can get a pie. Whatever. People don't want to put in the work, and it's.
I hope are they going to make an N64 classic?
I mean, go check out our prediction special we did. It's kind of getting late in the year for them not to have announced it yet, so we might have just put that out into the ether for no reason. But yeah, the NES Classic was the best-selling console in June, which is insane. Guess what the number 1 selling game was in June?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
You're wrong.
Yeah,
but it's up there. Yeah, I would have never guessed this. It's a new game that came out in June on the Switch. Sports title.
Aces?
First party, yeah. Not even counting digital sales. It was number 1.
Wow.
Guess what number 2 was?
Grand Theft Auto. No. What?
Starts with a G.
Oh.
God of War, God of War was number 2. I think that's going to end up... I think in a few months we're going to get a press release about it's the best-selling, not just in launch months. There was a report that just came out. Its launch window, whatever that means, $131 million in digital sales, which is like twice as much as Uncharted 4 and The Witcher did. There's a lot more PlayStations out in the wild.
Right.
But still, like, it's going to end up being the best-selling PlayStation exclusive, I'm pretty sure. PlayStation 4 exclusive. Number 3 was...
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
That is unreal.
Let me run through the rest of these. So, then The Crew 2...
Like, has that passed, like, Wii Sports and Tetris and all these stupid games that are artificially inflated?
It'll never pass those because they're it's the best-selling game of all time. If you just count, like...
Non-bundled?
Yes. Like I think it sold more than Minecraft. And if you notice, every time Wario tweets something else like Grand Theft Auto's this, like you could tell they're knocking the price down. They're on a mission to get to 100 million sales. I think they were at 90 million last time we podcasted. They'll be at 100 million by the end of this year.
Probably, yeah.
And I don't care about Red Dead 2.
No,
I just don't like. Give me Grand Theft Auto 6. I've been wrestling with this, and I've said it on podcast 4. Like I feel like I have to play this because we have this show, but I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not like a real person. I mean, I'm a real person. I'm not. This isn't my job, so I'm not gonna like. I've never really cared for westerns and stuff, and if there's no cars, I don't want to steal horses and trains. I just
right.
So I'm gonna play Spider-Man and Hitman, and I'm gonna love it. Number 4 was The Crew 2, 5, Far Cry 5. Well, that worked out well. 6 was Mario Kart 8, then Lego Incredibles, FIFA 18, Crash Bandicoot, Insane and Trilogy. Number 10, Detroit Become Human. Then 11, Odyssey. 12, Breath of the Wild, still hanging in there.
Wow.
Rainbow Six Siege at 13, like 17 years after it came out. 14 was NBA 2K18. This is weird.
You get the feeling, though, like, if you plotted these, where your games are on your X and your Y are like sales, that thing would look something like this. Like the fact that Zelda is still up there, and Odyssey, like I feel like there's very top huge difference. Yeah, like I'm sure it drops off very quickly. The fact that some of those games are still up there, but
no, I agree because like 14 is NBA 2K18. NBA hasn't been in season for 2 months. Why are people still buying that game? Call of Duty World War II is 15, MLB 18 The Show, Assassin's Creed Origins, Vampire, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and then 20 State of Decay. I want to just do this real quick and then we'll move on. The best-selling game of 2018. I never would have guessed this. It's not Far Cry. It's not Grand Theft Auto 5, sorry. But I'm so happy with number 2 if you can guess what that is.
All right, 2 is... I don't know what number 1 is.
Far Cry 5. I said it.
Oh.
I was like, I meant Grand Theft Auto 5. So Far Cry 5 is the number 1 selling game in 2018. I think eventually God of War will take that over. Number 3 is Monster Hunter World. Number 4 is Call of Duty World War II. Number 5 is Dragon Ball Fighter. Dragon Ball Fighter. 6 is
Grand Theft Auto 5.
7 is Mario Kart. 8 NBA. 9 is MLB. Number 10 is Mario Odyssey.
That sounds about right.
But I'm so happy. Like God of War, single player games aren't dead. They're not dead. Like
no, not yet.
I want to hug Cory Barlog. Don't say not yet. I want to hug Cory Barlog so much. Like I love that series and I love everything he did with that game. All right. Couple more items and then we will wrap this up with everybody's favorite part of the podcast. All right. So Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus were announced. It's been a long podcast. This is tough. I don't know how to declare the winner this year, month. So Xbox One gets Forza Horizon 2. What? You keep pushing it.
I'm not pushing.
Push it real good. Stop doing that!
No, I'm bringing it back because look at these legs. Look at these legs.
Oh. Is that better?
Yes. I'm just not going to touch the table. Oh, we never did this.
Yeah, I thought about that. It's like, these poor people are waiting for our spoilers to finish. Here, can you hold on. Pick up the table and push the leg. Yeah, there you go. Now don't touch the table.
I feel like it's 2 inches taller now.
That's fine. Yeah. All right. So anyways, God bless our table. I'm so scared. I feel bad for the Tullamore Dew and for this USB mixer. So anyways, Games with Gold, Xbox One got Forza Horizon 2 and your favorite game ever, For Honor.
Oh my God.
Xbox 360 gets Dead Space 3 and Epic Mickey 2.
Okay.
Hours later.
That'll be the subtitle of
all
this
I
podcast.
Would put in 2 hours later. PS Plus, I'm very excited about one of all of these games. PS4 gets Mafia 3. Now, Mafia 3 is, I think it's Lincoln Kennedy Logan, don't yell at me if I'm wrong. Lincoln Kennedy comes back from Vietnam. It's in the 60s. He's a black man living in New Orleans. A lot of racial issues and stuff. Like, I want to play this game more for the story than I do the game. Like, I've heard a lot of things about the game.
I just feel like I don't have time for this game. Like, I kind of want to download it and play it just to see what it's like, and then I'll probably delete it after that. Like, I'm anxious to play it, but there's no way I'm playing through this whole game.
I think we need to get... If anybody that's watching this is a carpenter, Jesus, if you're watching, please tell us how to fix this table so I don't have to worry about it falling down. And Dead by Daylight. PS4 gets that also. I miss podcasting. PS3 gets Bound by Flame and Serious Sam 3. Vita gets Draw Slasher and Space Hulk. Bonus games, Here They Lie on VR, which is also playable without VR. And Knowledge is Power via PlayStation Play Link, which is like the party games you can download for free and play on your phone and stuff, whatever else also.
Yeah.
Well, who do you think won? I'm torn
between... The only thing about PlayStation that intrigues me is Mafia, but it's way... I mean, I don't know, but I assume it's way too big of a game for me to just invest much time into it.
20 to 25 hours to beat it, yeah.
Xbox, I don't really care because I don't have an Xbox, but I know Forza is a big deal, so it's Mafia versus Forza is what it comes down to. But then stupid For Honor, which everybody loves, which just looks like the worst. It looks like it looks like Infinity Blade on iPhone.
Yes.
Like, but apparently it's a big game. So I would say Xbox wins because it's got those two compared to the one for PS4. I mean, for PS4.
Yeah.
Even though I couldn't care less about either of those Xbox games.
I would rather play Mafia 3 than any of the Xbox games. So I'm going to give it to PlayStation.
Fair enough.
Ding. That's it for the podcast. But, Sean, we're at that favorite time of the every once in a while. We get to the end of the podcast. And we play everybody's favorite thing, which is the... It's the back of the box challenge. If you didn't know, the back of the box challenge is how we end the podcast here whenever we podcast. What this means is we end the game with a game called the back of the box challenge, where we take a previously released retail game, turn that joker around, we look at the back of the box per the name of the game, we read the description aloud to the other player and bleep out any pertinent information that would give the game away or make it too obvious. Then the other player gets asked some follow-up questions that can only be answered in a yes or no fashion, as many as they want, because the points aren't real and the questions don't matter. That's and then they try to guess the game. That's the whole point.
No, that's that's the crux.
If you, I mean, seriously, do I need to say this now? We've been doing this for, actually, I think we've been doing this for 100 episodes, or maybe 99. I think it was episode 10 that we started doing it.
No, I feel like it was episode
we've been
30 or 40 or something.
We've been through this. Oh, good. I have a hotel for Geneseo. All right, who wants to read first?
You can. I feel like I have.
I'm not very confident in my game.
That it's going to be too easy?
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to.
I'm like, are we still recording? Yeah, okay. All right, ready?
Ready.
By the year 2049, Earth has been turned into a new font. Toxic waste dump.
Is this Toxic Avengers?
No, I thought about it, though. Humankind has fled into space, leaving behind an army of mechanized Orbots, not robots, to clean up the mess. But when the Orbot leader, Warhead, goes haywire and starts a robot revolt, that's so many R's, only a lonely sludge barge pilot named can pull the plug. I feel like you're just going to get this right without asking any questions.
I have no idea what it is.
Good. Blank. Well, I'll save the bullet points.
Is this Super Nintendo?
No.
Is it 16?
Yes.
Genesis?
Yes. Supposedly, it's the best graphics yet on Genesis with an exclamation point. I want to play this.
So, do you play as a robot? Oh, is this Vector Man?
Yeah. Okay. Is he a robot? I don't know what he is.
He's an
Orbot.
I guess he's an Orbot.
So the bullet points were Vector Man can morph! Exclamation. Change into a speeding train, a power drill, mechanical fish, or dune Buggy going berserk. Overthrow the Orbots with awesome weapon power-ups like Shockwave, Bolo, and Orb. We should have never had this game on the Genesis. This game, even looking at still pictures, that game is way too pretty to be a Sega game.
It looks good. I just remember the game
He just shoots out little stars, right?
Yeah, it got old kind of quick. It was beautiful, especially for Genesis, but
he digresses.
I do. All right. Mine's short.
You asked me.
The year is 2035.
Oh my god, we're both starting. Wait,
Yours was 2049. This is like
by the. Oh, mine says by the year. Okay.
The year is 2035.
Were you like, oh my god, we picked the same game?
And blank is about to witness the first solar eclipse of the 21st century.
Is this a 16-bit game?
No.
8.
No. When he
32?
Yes.
Okay.
When he suddenly blacks out, only to awaken inside a mysterious blank. As blank, you must navigate the blank's labyrinths while confronting perilous monsters at every turn. But beware, you must escape before blank consumes you. God of War, colon.
Is this a PlayStation game?
No.
Saturn?
No.
Is it a 32X game?
No.
PC?
No.
What the hell? There's no other 32-bit systems. That was so loud. Is it 3DO?
No.
There's no other 32-bit systems. You said it was a 32-bit game.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay. Is it an Atari game?
No.
You did say it was a 32-bit game, correct?
Yes.
Then what the hell? Oh. Is it a Game Boy Advance game?
Yes.
Okay.
Even though I don't agree that's 32-bit. I thought it was 16 or maybe 24 or something.
But if you
weird.
look at some of the effects, like especially like in Minish Cap, when you played Minish
the
Cap,
Game Boy Advance is a 32-bit handheld.
Yeah, it
so I was
is.
like, okay.
But I mean, if you look at some of the things they were able to do with Minish Cap compared to Link to the Past, maybe they didn't even try to do it Link to the Past. But okay. Anyways, is this a Metroid game?
No.
Oh, damn. Is it a Metroidvania game?
I gotta get back to it now. Yes.
It seems like it is. Is it a Konami game?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a Castlevania game?
Yes.
All right. Because you're like, let me make this not obvious. All right. I don't know. What the frick? Is Area in the title?
Yes, but I thought it was Aria, but yes.
Castlevania Aria Area of Sorrow.
That is correct.
Now, is this the good one? There's
This,
one
I
game
think,
on
is
there
the
that's
one-
supposed to be amazing, and I forget.
This is
which
the
it
third
Okay.
of 3.
What are the other two?
Oh,
Do you
I
have
don't
them
remember. I saw them earlier, but from what I read, this is probably the best one. That's why I went with it.
Because before I played Chasm, my thought was on the Pi. I want to play the best GBA Castlevania Metroidvania game. Because one of them is supposed to be amazing, the other two are kind of fine.
Yeah,
Isn't that a Cranberry song? Kind of fine. What's that one song? Fine. Closer to fine. What is that? That's what it is. Is that Natalie Merchant? I said Cranberries.
I have no idea. Circle of the Moon was one.
Which is where they got the name for
Curse of the Moon.
Thank you.
And Harmony of
Dissonance.
Yeah, but I don't
Despair.
think that's Game Boy. No, you're right, but I don't think that's Game Boy Advance. Oh no, that is Game Boy Advance. So I
Then
think it was-
Aria is the good one. Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct. Again, I was like, this sounds like a Metroid. I don't know what it was, but something made me think it was. So read it without the blanks. Is it a Dracula game or is it a somebody else game? I mean,
it's in Dracula's castle.
Okay,
so I assume he's in it.
Kind of weird if he wasn't.
Hang on, I'm trying to get back there. So,
I'm not gonna insert. I should, but I forget.
And I'm clicking on cover art, and it's loading, and it
what are you
says,
looking for right now,
I'm
Sean?
trying to get back to the back of the box.
It's the back of the box.
All right. It's the most exciting. I skipped this altogether. It's the most exciting Castlevania adventure yet. The year's 2035, and Soma Cruz. That's who you play as.
Is that from
Shiva Kamini's?
Yes.
Shiva Kamini's Soma Kanda Crime is about to witness the first solar eclipse of the 21st century. When he suddenly blacks out. I think it's all whips.
Okay.
Only to awaken inside a mysterious castle. As Soma, you must navigate the castle's labyrinths while confronting perilous monsters at every turn.
Now
But beware, you must escape before evil consumes you.
Oh, so
this is the only thing that seems kind of weird. New attack system lets you collect the souls of enemies to learn their abilities. And I read that you take their souls and you can put them into like your armor, your weapon, and like two other things. Yeah. And I'm like, that sounds kind of weird, but maybe in the game it works. But I just want my normal,
right?
But I'm sure they could say things about Symphony of the Night that you would first read and be like, ugh, why would they do this? So I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, I do need to go back because the only Metroidvania, Castlevania game that I've played is Symphony.
I'm surprised you don't own any of those on your GBA.
No, because my GBA was almost broken by the time I even found out how good Symphony of the Night was. I didn't realize they had gone... Okay. Well, I think Symphony was the first.
Yes, it was the first Metroidvania.
Yeah. So,
but then they started putting them out. Those three came out 3 years in succession.
Yeah, those were the next three after.
Then they went from there to DS, I think. Yeah. Like for a while, they put out those games every year for 5 or 6 years, I think.
No, I think you're right. But no, I've never played any of them outside of Symphony. I was going to do Castlevania. I've already forgotten what it's called. The second N64 one.
Legacy of Darkness.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Or is it just Legacy?
No, I think it's Legacy of Darkness. Okay. You play as like a werewolf. I'm like, this just sounds stupid. I didn't even want to do it just because
Twilight Princess wasn't that bad though.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right. It's top. Can we do a top 10?
Easily. Yeah. But I think like 8 through 10, you're gonna be pushing it.
Well, are we getting into the touchscreen crappy games?
No.
We've already done that. We ranked them. We already did that in a quick hit. I just remembered that. Go back and
10?
check out our quick hit. We ranked every Zelda game ever before Breath of the Wild came out.
I need to go back and watch that.
We should. Hey, we could use the views as well. Thank you guys so much for being here for episode 109 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. This has been a lot of fun. I like to do these every once in a while and just hang out for, I don't know, 2+ hours. This
2 hours.
2 hours later. This has been a lot of fun. Remember, come on back next Thursday or Friday for our SummerSlam prediction show. It's either going to be a triple threat, or a Fatal 4-Way. I think we got a Fatal 4-Way booked. Got to check with Vince McMahon and all the other bookers in the back, though. But I think we got a Fatal 4-Way
like
booked.
Booker T.
Yeah, 5 time. Also, check back later this week and then next week and every week after that for the next 10 weeks for our Versus series. We're focusing on... We didn't even say that at the beginning. We said we're bringing Versus back. We're focusing on sequels. Versus Season 2 for Two Player Co-op is all about sequels, too. So check that out. And obviously, we're part of the Nerd 901 family. So go over to nerd901.com for all things nerdy everywhere. And the slogan, because I've still got the old one. All things nerdy in Memphis and around the globe. But also, special shout out, Blurred Without Fear, Ernie Carruthers himself just passed 7,000 subs on YouTube. God bless you, Ernie. We want to get him to 10,000 subs this year. So if you haven't checked him out yet, if you care anything about comics, Marvel, DC, movies, everything, animated, live action, everything, YouTube.com/blurb without fear. Go over there, give him a sub. You won't be disappointed. He's awesome. He's doing great work. I'm so proud of him, Ernie. Keep up the great work. You can find us on Twitter. I'm at Kevin White 24. He's at Real Sean White. Together we're at 2player_co-op. Obviously, you should have liked and subscribed already. YouTube.com/2player-co-op. Like, subscribe, share. Facebook. Who cares? We got a Facebook page. It doesn't even matter. We don't do audio podcasts anymore, just because we're different now. But I like to get on here every once in a while and do what we did tonight, which is just drink and talk video games for 2 hours.
That is correct.
This has been a lot of fun. Seriously, make sure you come back later this week for Versus Season 2, Episode 1. We're focusing on sequels. We've had a lot of fun recording the episodes we've already got in the tank. It's really important to us that you guys watch this. Seriously, please watch those videos. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Like, it's a joke, but it's not a joke. Like, seriously, like, subscribe, share. And come back next week for SummerSlam. But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out. What are you doing? He's going.
Wow, my hair. That's not that bad. It's just flat.
It's really flat.
Thank you.
That hurt.
Thank you for playing.
At least you got it. Do it again. Hey.
Thank you for playing. It's
No.
gone now. It's gone.
Promise people. Post-credit scene. Thank you for playing.
It's harder than it looks.
Thank you for playing.
There you go.
Oh!
But seriously,
Guys. Thank you.
thank you for playing.
Ow!
Yeah, that's the end of that.